really close. Hello. All right. Welcome everybody. Ooh, that's going to be very difficult to do. Gonna have to figure out this as time goes on. But welcome to World Chess League.live, and we'll soon be joining by the likes of Peter Hornsby and co. It is round 4, and we're in for a treat tonight. We've got a few games lined up. We've got Petwood and Orpington A versus Warwick University. That should be a humdinger. Then we got Philippines Finest versus Watford Juniors. And then really, Peter, the Viervochel versus Shanzan Pengchang in the third game of today. Looking forward to it. Peter obviously had a good chuckle when he put these teams together, so that it makes it very difficult for me to announce these guys. Very shortly we will have everyone on stream, but for now we're going to go straight into the anthems and get ready for today. Right, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome everybody. Hello, Lawrence. I'm very well, thank you. I'm going to play this lovely game of how to get everything working properly on the stream. Because if you haven't heard, I've had the unfortunate pleasure of losing my laptop. So I'm playing with a new laptop today. Aren't I the lucky one?
You are. Was that losing it? Was that a euphemistic term you were using, or did you really lose it?
Well, let's just say that you got to be quick when you get out of a bolt to get your laptop back. Let's put it in those terms. You got to be quick. They apparently like laptops and all.
Fair enough. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool.
If someone has nicked it, they're going to be so disappointed. All they're just going to find is your chess puzzles and your chess book draft. But they'll probably want to give it back just because it's.
You know what the worst part about it is? Even though they've nicked my laptop, they can't get into it.
but imagine them, they put all the effort of getting into it and thinking, all we're going to find, is it going to be something we can blackmail him with? Is it going to be some deep finance secrets? Some intellectual property I can steal. It's just a draft on how you run the King's Arena and how not to play the bird.
And possibly his latest line against the Idol, perhaps.
Well, this is high tech stuff, but very grateful for Andrew for scrounging together a laptop, and always good to have Lawrence joining us on behalf of Petswood. So we've got a minute and 20 seconds to go. So. The top then Group H, and on the top of Group H, you've got 3 teams on 4 points, and top team goes through. Second team may go through depending on the other groups. So Pets would have won 4 out of 4. Warwick have won 4 out of 4. So there's quite a lot at stake in this match. I just see Warwick have just brought in a 4th. They just brought on FM. Samsky, that's Sam Chow, who I know, and an FM against an FM. Got him playing against John Merriman, and Jean-Baptiste Sugand on board 2 for Petswood. Max Turner is Warwick's captain on board 3, and just see John Cook. John Cook's the captain, as Lawrence will know. Has just filled in on board 4, and he's a reserve basically, as what captains are. Turn up. So he's just filling in to avoid the default, but he's got a 500-point rating thing to catch up.
No pressure on John.
Early advantage for Warwick there. 8 seconds to go. So what are your predictions?
Before we go into that, I just want to give a big shout out to the chess.com viewers that just joined in, and you've just joined us at League.live, and you've come in at the right time. A humdinger, Warwick needing to win, Petswood needing to keep Warwick at bay. Have I got that the right way around, Peter?
Well, they're both on 4 out of 4. They could agree a draw, but great thing about team chess is that doesn't really happen. Yes, the welcomechess.com. This tournament is sponsored by them with $5,000 prize fund. Nearly 100 teams from all over the world. And if you see the link in the chat, that will tell you more details. It's free to play in whilst fundraising for charity. So do feel free to make contact with the website if your team would like to join.
And most importantly, it's sponsored by chess.com, 5,000 USD prize fund.
In terms of
Andrew, I literally just said that.
Did you?
Just said
I just said with much more excitement, right? So much more excitement. Come on.
In terms of favourites, I fear that Warwick must be the favourite at this stage, if only with all due respect to John Cook. On board 4, there's such a big rating difference, and it's only 4 boards, and that is 1 board, which is a lot in a 4-board game. So I think at this stage Warwick must be favourites, but maybe that'll spur Petswood on to greater heights.
Yeah,
we shall see. Andrew, if you before I leave you, if you just kindly leave a scorecard up on the
It is there.
keep switching to the scorecard.
I will do that.
The chess.com teams team match features has been it's really, really excellent. So yeah, we look forward to seeing the scores roll in. Okay, guys, take it away.
Alrighty then. Okay, so shall we go to board 4, because we know that that's going to be the humdinger game. That's going to be Can Melaman.
Oh, that's a little unfair on John Cook, isn't it?
Hey, let's root for the young. Well, no, I wouldn't say young guy, but let's root for the undergun, right? The underdog. Let's go.
I know John likes playing the English. That I do know, which of course is mostly, with respect to John, mostly boring sedentary type players play. But there you are. Did I say that? No, I didn't. Of course.
Oh, we've had a mouse slip. We've had a mouse slip. The mouse slip, King F8. We've had a mouse slip for Melaman. Oh no, that is definitely a mouse slip. Can't be anything else but a mouse slip. Yeah, it was a mouse slip.
Of course. Yeah, you're right.
Definitely a mouse slip. Hey guys, that's the beautiful thing about this tournament. You can be absolutely amazing, right? And you can still have a mouse slip.
Well, or just one blunder can do it, can't it? That's in some cases.
Yeah.
There's no way back.
Yeah, these things do happen. I know. I've been playing the League on my bed, so the mouse and the bed don't go together very well. There's a lot of mouse splits there. I don't advise it, guys. Don't play on your bed when you're trying to play a League match. The mouse.
White must take on e5 now and play bishop 8-6. And the point is, if black plays bishop back to g7, you've got queen d4.
Oh, nah. That is gotta hurt. But okay, but if you play... Ooh.
Oh, no, he hasn't played the right move. That's that would have been good, though. I liked it.
I would play... Yeah, I was thinking about this. I was looking at d6 here because, your king is not looking very pretty. But at least if knight takes, you've got bishop takes, and then... you can't play bishop h6, by the way, because knight would have taken h6.
Fine. I'm going nuts already. Sorry, it's early in the morning. My apologies. I would have been a shot otherwise. Oh, sorry, you're quite right.
Lawrence,
right. Okay, it's early.
Thank heavens you're not playing this game.
Well, indeed. Well, I'm sure that's what I'm thinking. So, I'd probably still snap off an e5 now, I have to say.
Yeah, I think e5 was definitely a good way to look at it, but with d6, I think this is all right.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's the plan here, because I really want my king off f8.
Well, absolutely, and you want your rook off h8 as well.
Yeah. So I don't know what's the booming plan.
I would snap up. I would take an e5 here if I was still white. You've got to try and open the position to try and take advantage of that king on f8.
Okay, so if you snap me on e5, I snap you back with my bishop on e5. That gives me my square that I need. And if you play a move like f4, then my bishop can go back. Okay, so he's played bishop f4 first. So he's definitely putting pressure on the knight on e5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But is it enough?
Yeah, but no. Well, probably not, because white can black not just snap off on f3 now? Well, I know you retake with a queen. Presumably.
Well, that's interesting.
Right, okay.
Well, you know what this is? This is the bomb cloud gone wrong. He's deliberately played king f8. He's deliberately played king f8 with the idea, I'm going to go king f7 with rook e8. Let's go, baby.
Well, yeah, you've got to get your king out of the way somehow. So, I mean, that's probably quite sensible. Yeah, it's white. White needs to try and open it up, and it's not so easy now, is it?
No.
I think White should have taken on e5 much earlier. At least to try and open the position.
Yeah, and the thing is, by taking on e5 earlier, then you've got the pass pawn on d4.
Exactly, as well.
Or d5, yeah. and then your knight can go and sit on e4 and say, well, I'm still going to prance around here. But now, I'm not too unhappy with White's black's position. No. Bishop d7 here would be
absolutely.
Okay.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. Not so sure about the prancing, but I'm not a good prancer myself. But there you are.
Well, so prance around the board somewhere, right? Um, shall we go
You're
look?
still thinking of your Christmas pudding.
Yeah, well, prancer, dancer, the whole lot of them. Shall we go? Shall we go look at board 3 with the Cannon and Master versus the Weed Room? So let's go look.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. The Weed Room.
What is happening here?
And back to the scoreboard, because otherwise Peter's going to get upset with me. And oh, hello, what's going on here? What? Hold on.
Well, isn't White? Are you still on 3?
I'm on 3. I've just gone to 3. Yeah, I've just seen Bishop takes.
Black's doing pretty well here, isn't he?
Why can't we take? Why can't we take the bishop?
Well, I suppose he could. Then it's going to be Queen C3 check. He's going to have to play his king up to D2. It's very.
Yeah, and then. Oh, he's got Queen B2 and picking up the bishop again. Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, this looks horrible. This looks bad for White.
You know when they're carving the piece of lamb. This looks like Black carving his way through the light defenses.
It seems to me that White put all his, he obviously went for a kingside attack, and it's just come unstuck, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's
sacked a pawn or 2, and he's got nothing.
Yeah,
he's got very little.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he put all his hopes and dreams on H7.
Yeah.
And as they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Scatter them around. Because you're gonna lose a few. You might as well scatter them around.
Well, that's right. Even though it's not Easter time yet.
No. Well, listen. At the rate the day's going this year, we'll be at Easter before we had Christmas. Yeah. So.
That's right. Well, and then we'll have the eggs already. Yeah, that's true.
I think this is one of those cases where you go, White is toasted. This should be Warwick's game.
Yeah.
This should be Warwick's game.
Let's go. Should we go another board?
Already seeing supermarkets selling Easter eggs. Well, they want to get their profits in early.
Yeah. Well, after all, they did pay for the sponsorship. Okay, no, they didn't. Sorry. Right. Should we look at 2?
Yeah, who's on board 2? Sorry, I forgot his on. John Baptiste.
Okay. Jean Baptiste and Jean Baptiste is normally, he's very, he can be quite exciting. He can be very up and down too, but he can play very well. Let's see. Black. Black is a pawn down. He's got 2 bishops. He's got some slight attacking chances, but I'm not sure if it.
Bishop G4 hurts.
It does, doesn't
Bishop
it? Actually,
G4 hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
It definitely does.
I still think you've got to play a move like D5 here, and you're still getting hurt. D5.
It's true.
No, not move king. D5. Attack the queen. Then you can play bishop takes. Oh, what a wasted opportunity.
Right. What can you say? It was a wasted opportunity.
Oh, I want to cry.
Well, you can play bishop H3.
Yeah, but the knight's sitting on E1.
Well, true. But you can. I don't know. What are you going to do? Bring the other rooks up? Where's he going to go after Black plays D5? There's a threat of bishop E2. If White goes off that diagonal or the queen.
Oh
no, he can. He can play Queen D3 actually, can't he? But then it's Bishop F5. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough for Black. I think Black is a pawn down. He's got a little play, but I'm not sure it's enough. Yeah, but I say he has got some play. But maybe D5 is. But he'll play Queen D3, won't he? I would think.
Yeah, Queen D3. But then you can play Bishop to F5.
F5, and then you've got Queen back to D2 or something.
Yeah, but then you got bishop to e4, and I don't know. I still like that for black.
He's got some a little compensation. I'm not sure it's enough, but he has got some. Um, I just say the bishops are sort of working a bit. White might try knight d3 now, maybe. The idea of going to f4, mind you, that could be risky as well.
A4 doesn't help you because if you can
Also,
play,
black's got
because if you go
yeah,
knight, if you
he's
go
got
knight to
threats of rook.
yeah, rook takes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And bishop e2 afterwards wins the exchange back. But yeah, so look, I say black's got a little compensation. White's got to be careful. Yeah, that was obviously move he's got to do. The thing is, what does black do now? Um,
Yeah, it almost feels like
I'm not sure if is he going to consider something like really rash like h5? I don't know.
doesn't f3 hold everything yet.
You would think it would. The only thing, right, then there's some slight weaknesses on the dark squares, but there's yeah, you need to reposition the queen. You would have to, long-term threats of rook takes e3 with the bishop. If you can open up for those two bishops. So is he going to play f3? Yeah, he is.
See, I don't
Well, I
mind.
presume he's going to.
I don't mind f3 because
Yeah.
I've always got queen f2 and then knight to. Oh, that's nice.
b3.
I like b3.
Well, no, white wants to play c4 here, of course, and just push the bishops away.
No,
In fact, he may.
win a bishop. C4,
Yeah, he might win a
C5.
bishop. Yes. Yeah. Well, he's probably got to play c5, hasn't? Oh, jeez, which is not what he wants to do, because then white's got c4 and then pawn on to d5, and certainly blocks out the dark squared bishop.
Okay, that's clever. That puts pressure on the bishop.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah, but he's still got to be worried about c4 at some stage.
Yeah, c4 can still be played now.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
I don't know about this so much.
Yeah, and I'm not. Obviously, if white can hold, he is a pawn ahead.
100%. If white can hold, he'll definitely be up on the head.
Yeah. And c4 is still a threat. Mind you, at least now, if for example, if the queens came off after c4, black can save his bishop at least temporarily, but bishop a5.
Oh, that is a cheeky bishop move. That is very cheeky. I mean, I love it. I love the cheekiness behind bishop a5. It is very, very cheeky. Go grab my bishop. Oh, there goes your rook. So you're kind of forced to trade. Oh, you don't trade queens. Hold on. There must be something juicy here. Juicy Lucy.
Do they still exist?
Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy's. They used to be shop. They used to sell fruit drinks and things like that as well, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
Orange juice and stuff like that.
That's right. I'm so confused on what black's trying to do, and what's white trying to do.
Well, white is tied up. At least maybe temporary, but can he play c3?
I mean, what's the problem with queen takes, queen, rook takes,
Actually,
and then rook to e2?
Well, actually, I'm just thinking. I'm correcting myself. after queen takes, rook takes, what about bishop g6?
Oh, but bishop g6, you can
Sort of,
just play. You can play rook to e3. Oh, but yeah,
um,
because bishop takes knight doesn't work because rook takes bishop.
that's true. Yeah, I was looking for something down there, but yeah.
Yeah. No, it's lovely little idea. I mean, beginners would play things like this.
I mean, players like us. Yeah. Okay.
Warwick Chess takes a 1-0 victory, like we said on board 3. It looked like Warwick was going to take it, and they have taken on board
Yes.
3. So all expected there. But this.
All right. Should we look? Should we look on one or not quickly,
Uh,
and then come back? Come back to two.
Let's hang 10 here. Go to bishop g6. Let's just see what happens on the bishop g6, and then we'll move on to board 1. Okay, so trade.
Yeah, but now black's got definite compensation.
Ooh, nasty move that.
But he's got his rook on. He's got his rook on the 7th, threatening to win his pawn back. Oh, he's got
c3 can't be played.
no.
Bishop.
Can't play c4 either. Well, probably not. I'm thinking because rook takes f2, but he has got king takes. Yeah, he's got to try and loosen there.
That's very clever. All right, let's go and look at board 1.
Okay.
Oh, crikey. There's a pass pawn on the c file. There are queens, knights. Oh, wait, whites? White is the exchange down here.
Why can I not get out of here? Why can I not? I'm still stuck in board 2. Is it 2? Yeah.
Well, it says watch. Just click on the X on the watch, and you can be able to open the next page.
When it says what? Oh, right, and then Petswood, and then I go on to. No, it's still not. So if I click on watch and then do what?
If at watch there's like X in the corner, just click the X, then it closes the game you're watching.
Oh right. Oh, I see. Right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Oof.
Well,
nasty.
Now then.
Nasty.
Yeah, it looks.
Okay, so
Can't afford to take this.
I'm assuming knight b5 is coming in here.
Well, you would think so, wouldn't it? Because money. That's a good move too, of course.
Sure.
Bishop c5, and then it's going to be hard to stop this point. He can't exchange queens.
We are being followed.
You wouldn't think.
Thank you, Ismail. Long live chaos. Twitch scam. Hello, hell doesn't exist. Don't be afraid. Oh my gosh. Add bleach to food and throw it in the fire. Oh my word. Oh, wow! There's always these strange characters. Always these strange characters.
Chess players. I wouldn't have done that if I was black. I have to say, because you're given white connected past pawns.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be hard to stop. He may have to jettison a piece here, but then it could be tricky if he managed to give up a piece for 2 pawns, 2 bishops against bishop and knight against a rook. Not always so easy, especially when there aren't so many pieces on the board in the ending. And the rook is a good long distance piece.
I mean, do you play knights?
So maybe it tends. If black got 2 pieces for the pawn, gave up a piece for 2 pawns, it could be still quite tricky. Could be very tricky actually.
Especially with the bishop and the knight being a little tied up. But I'm looking at
Indeed.
Because I want to push the pawn.
Well, of course you do. Yeah, that's but should you be playing something else first? I don't know.
Then the king's going to go.
Does knight b5 first?
Yeah, I'm also looking at knight b5, but I'm worried about a move like a6.
That is true as well, because you've got nowhere to move the knight then afterwards, have you? You don't want to move it to d6 because it'll just whip them off probably.
And if you push the pawn, you can't play your knight to d4 because the king will go to e6.
Sure, and the problem with pushing the pawn immediately is, of course, the king can slip into e6 as well and just make things a little awkward. And then if d7, then you've got knight to c7 and you've got a bit of a blockade.
So the pawns can't move.
Well, not right now they can't, but maybe the white can prepare it. But with what I'm not sure at this stage.
The beautiful thing is the king can't get closer right now. That is the beautiful thing.
What if he pushes the a pawn? Just pushes the a pawn, and then if should black leave the pawn where it is, um, then he's got knight b5 at the end. If black doesn't push the a pawn, and then he's got knight b5.
But he's gone knight b5 immediately.
I'm a bit surprised. Money, the time is beginning to get a little short, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 minute 54 versus 1 minute 46. So, maybe knight b5 is the right time to play that kind of move.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, that's.
Interesting enough, a6, d6, knight to pawn takes, knight d7, knight c6, bishop b5, knight to e6 covers everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, this is why we didn't like knight b5 straight away, and this is going to play back to a3.
And you can't play c7 first, then d6. It's too slow.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks to me as he might play knight a3 and then knight c4, because yeah, it's still tricky.
I mean,
at some stage, black.
The advantage you have is the black king is cut off. That is the advantage you do have.
Yeah, and then once white does push, then the black king can come in. So he's got to time it right. So he has got the black king tied down. So I don't know, maybe knight a3, c4. It's a possibility.
It's taking a long time on this move with limited time at his disposal.
Indeed.
So he obviously missed a6 in his analysis because there was no ways you would take that long otherwise.
Okay. So now he's thinking of knight a4 and then to c6, b6, I presume.
Yeah. I would assume the same thing.
Look, white has still got, he's dictating what's going on, but I don't think, can black risk rook b8? I know, it looks very risky, actually.
Oh, f5.
Well, he's not going to go anywhere, though. If he pushes it, then the white king can come up and he probably eat any pass pawn he gets, if he gets one.
Yeah, I think knight a4 now.
Yes, yeah.
Knight a4, put it on b6. Then you can look at moves like d6, d7, knight c8 type of idea.
Indeed, yeah. Just get all the pieces in there first. Get the bits in. He was going to play c8 at some step. Yeah. Well, for the moment, that stops pawn to d6. So knight b6 suggests itself. And that's good as well, of course, because black can't do a lot.
But here's my question. Here's my question. If I played knight b6, rook to c7. Okay, so the idea is that if I play d6, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, and all the pieces are hanging. Okay, I get it. Okay, but now this is different. Now I can play. No, it doesn't work. Okay, but now I can play bishop to d6.
That's true. Or king d4, yeah. Oh, you see now he's given up the piece for 2 pawns now. And that's what the ending I said, which could be tricky.
Yeah, but
some people got these long-term vision, it's just wonderful to have it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's not. I mean, if I was white, I'd still be happy to fight for here.
But white's only got about 10 seconds left now, and he's not moving.
Yeah, he's going to play g3, I think.
Yeah.
Mind you, does he? A4, drop the g3 pawn, pick up the d. I don't know. This is not easy.
It's not easy to play, especially when you've got seconds on the clock.
Oh, did he just drop a piece?
Ooh.
Did he just drop a piece?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, rook
Yeah,
rook
but
check.
he's going to.
Rook check.
Yeah.
Oh, rook check. Knight in the way. Rook takes knight. King takes. King takes. The king's advanced. It should be a winning endgame for black.
Ooh, I'm not so sure. Not so sure. It depends who will have the opposition here.
Black would
Because
have
white,
opposition.
will tricky. Yeah, he might have that. I mean, he might get that tempo in the end. That's true. Just at a glance,
That's crazy.
it's because yeah, if you think right, the king's there, G3, H6, G4, H5, G5, and then A5, and then and then black's got the opposition.
Yeah, I think black holds the opposition here.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's got the extra tempo, I think. H. No, he had. Sorry, God, we're going nuts here.
What
But
about
what if now
H6?
if black plays King D5?
H6.
I would have thought King D5 was maybe the. Well, yeah, he's going to play that though.
Okay, but now you can play H5.
Well, I'm not sure if you need to, because isn't King D5 winning? It's going to take white ages to get around to the black's king side. Yeah, you're probably right. It's you could probably both.
King in.
I think this is
Drawn
given
now.
white a chance to get in at black's king side. I would have left my pawn on H6. Maybe, but still, he probably had a pawn push.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the draw.
For a draw.
Looks like they're going for the draw here. Yeah, went for the
I
draw.
still think he should have. I'm a little surprised. I think earlier black could have gone for the A5 pawn,
Right.
but there you are.
Run the king.
What are we looking at?
So we've got only board 2 still playing.
Should we look at 2?
Right. So it is 2.5 half to Warwick, and Jean Baptiste has got to bring it in for Pettswood. And this is again this is drawn, isn't it? This is a drawn endgame because you just keep your king at bay. Even if you trade the pawns.
Well, hold on, hasn't he just dropped a rook with rook C3?
Rook C3.
Can't he just take it with a pawn?
Okay. Where?
Am I being stupid?
I don't know where you get rook C3 taking with a pawn.
No. White's just we're looking on
board 2.
Black to play here. B4 takes C3.
There's nothing that can take C3. Refresh your page.
Black pawn on B.
Refresh your page. There's no black pawns on that side of the board for Jean Baptiste's game.
Oh, there's something wrong with this board. I've got a black pawn on B4 here. I really have. There's something go wrong. Seriously, I don't know. If something go right, I've got
white pawn on F4 and H4, black pawn on G6 and rooks each.
Let me go back. So you've got white got pawn on H3, G2, F3, D3, D4.
No, he's got only 2 pawns. Now he's only got 1 pawn.
Oh, well, I know mine must be just miles behind then. I can't think why this is happening. All right, I'll have to go to another board. Yeah, all right. I'm not seeing the same position. I don't know why.
It's a draw anyway. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, it sounded like a draw, but and I defer to your expert opinion.
All right. So
which board are you looking at now? Then
let's go back to the last board. Mellow.
All right.
Hopefully we don't see any mouse slips this time.
Well, yes. Well, it didn't. In the end, it didn't actually work out too badly. Well, ultimately it did, but yeah. What can you say? Well, there's not an awful lot going on here at this stage, is there? Still early days. As you say, I looked if they're both English players because I thought John was white in the previous one because I know he plays the English, which is well, some might say it's a bit pedestrian.
Well, this is a bit interesting. Yeah, I mean, I expected Knight to go here. Where do you go with your bishop?
Yeah,
Where do you go to my bishop when you've only got 3 squares to go?
Won't you tell me the thoughts that's all? Where is that? No, that bishop can't go anywhere, can it?
I mean, if you go to G5, then you can play F6, believe it or not.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, no, that's the move, isn't it? Well,
yeah,
now I play. Oh, black's just expanding.
just play E5, you know. And if you go G6, I'm going to play F6 because your bishop will have to go back to D3, and then I'm going to zap you.
Exactly. So, and black is going to get F5 at some stage as well. So F6, obviously.
Yep, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
And there goes the light squared bishop.
Bye bishop. Knight takes bishop straight away.
For sure.
And then just for fun, I'm going to play F5.
Well, yeah, well, that's coming. That's coming for sure. Ah, well, you see, he's trying to make that more difficult. But look, he can still play it if he wants to.
You can play. F5 is still playable here.
Yeah, and of course, black obviously can't play knight d4 now, which he might have done if he'd taken with the queen. And he's still got knight d5 for a knight himself. So, but I mean, black must be fine here.
Oh, it's nasty. Bishop h6, knight d4. Pawn takes knight and the bishop takes queen.
Yes, indeed.
Not that that will happen. That will not happen.
No. Well, bear in mind, even after knight d4, he could take with the knight on e2 as well. But yes. All right. Well, there's still a lot. Should we look at board 2 then and have a look?
Yeah. Let's. You want board 3? You mean?
No, look on 2 and just see how they're doing. Because that was, or is it a bit early on board 2? No, it's very early on board 2.
We'll have to do board 3.
Yeah, it is. Where do you go to, my lovely? See, you've got me singing this song now.
Come to the dark side. Come. Shucks. 3 pawns versus a bishop. But I think the Weedrum will be wee down the list.
Yeah, this looks
I mean, that's
black is lost, surely.
Yeah,
yeah. That's...
Ooh. But he's persistent. I'll give him that. But persistence doesn't win you games, I'm afraid.
No, it doesn't. I think I think White must be winning this.
No, White's completely winning now. The problem is your sneak attacks on G2 no longer exist because the bishop is quite comfortable on that square.
Indeed.
So
I'd say White.
I mean, even if you say rooks on the 7th of heaven, not in this case, they're just going to be parking the bus. Right, I got my rook on 7, so that's what my coach said. Oh, but it can't do anything here. Yeah, no.
Not sure to push the H pawn. It could have been interesting. It's just to have taken on B5 with the bishop and then taken, won both pawns and then had 3 against 1 in a rook ending with double rook ending. But it's a possibility.
I just think that I've got a bishop. Why would I want to give it to you?
Well, not true. Well, no, just that. Bear in mind, your opponent's only got 47 seconds, and you've got, he's still going to have to defend his quite a hard ending 2 pawns down.
Oh, you know what's quite nice here is bishop takes pawn, rook takes bishop, rook takes pawn, rook takes pawn, and then you play rook a7. Hello.
Well, I did say, that you sometimes got to look at this, these returns of pieces sometimes. Well, rook g3 now, of course. Well, now White's got to be careful because there's a threat of Black's going to play rook b1 here.
Yeah,
that's a threat.
That's a massive threat.
Not sure if he's put. Yeah, it really should have played bishop takes b5 before. Oh no, he stopped that. Okay, which is fair enough. He's made it a little more difficult for himself, I think. The thing is that bear in mind, black has so little time. If white had taken on b5, and I say 2 pawns up and a double rook ending should be a comfortable win. And you've got to find all the right moves for black as well, just to stay in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's going to chase that bishop. Yeah.
Oh, the bishop doesn't have to move.
Where is it? True. He's got to do something some stage too. But what is black going to do? F6 and just see what happens. Oh, so the reason I thought it was black's move. He's made it more difficult for himself, white.
What about rook to d2?
E.
E2, yeah. Or d2.
Well,
But
bear in mind he doesn't have to. He can just.
Oh,
he
he's
can
going
just
for mate.
take.
Oh,
He is indeed.
but that's why rook e2 was the initial thought, not d2, e2.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, that's quite
that's
right.
that's unfortunate. And Warwick take a 4-1 lead. And Petzwin and Orpington are scrapping at the goods, as they say.
They are in trouble, aren't they? They haven't got. I think they're missing one or two other players. I think, aren't they?
Yep, they're definitely missing a few players.
And, that's just the way it is, though. I mean, that's you play who you've got available on the day.
That's the league.
Um,
All right, I've gone to board 2
yeah.
just for you.
Oh, you're too kind. You have a kind face. You know that. You know what the answer to that is, or it's the kind I'd like to kick in. But no, it's all right. You wouldn't say that though.
Trying to think. Can't we play knight? Oh no, we can't. The queen is defending it. That's a pity.
Well, what can you? Let's have a quick look at one as well.
I thought d4 instead of rook d1 was a nice option.
That's indeed. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Where do you go to?
Ooh. Yeah, see, that's
well,
what
you remember that, don't you?
That's right. That's what I'm thinking. If you play d4 there, you're going to play knight a3 anyway, so you would still have pressure in the center.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's what you want to play in the long term. It's true.
And you can't play pawn takes because the queen's attacking the knight, and then it just gets messy after that.
Yeah, no. That's yeah.
This is like an archer just standing at a distance.
Is that Jeffrey Archer? Is that Jeffrey Archer?
Taking pot shots as he goes, right?
Right. Yeah, so it's these little barbs that people don't always notice.
I gotta ask you a completely random question. It's got nothing to do with chess whatsoever. But
you're gonna ask me about Peter Sarsted and where do you go to my lovely? No, carry on.
No, not that one either. Were you following the darts this week?
I was actually, yeah, some of the time. Yeah, that 16-year-old lad, he did rather well.
Yeah, Luke Little.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, no.
He looked a lot older though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, definitely. But the pictures of his ID book came flying out very quickly when people said, no, this don't looks a bit old. But
yes.
just not that I question this, but if he's 16, right, and he's dating a 21-year-old. Yeah, you get where I'm going. I looked at this and I'm like, no one's spotted that this is a problem yet. Like, don't get me wrong. 18 and 23 is fine, but 16, 21.
It does seem a little unlikely, doesn't it?
It's a bit suspect. I think is the words we're looking for. Good on you, mate. You got a 21-year-old. Well done. Shot on you, but
well,
I don't
yes.
know. I don't know. So, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I'm sure there's laws around the world.
Well, no, isn't a 16 your age consent?
I thought it was 18. Like 18 is your cut, But anyway, I don't know. I'm not.
I think it's 18 for. I think it's 18 for drinking. Age of consent. I'm under correction on that.
No, I think.
But yeah.
I think age of consent is 18. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think in each country it's different as well. To be honest.
Well, it could be. It could be. I mean, these days, yeah.
England is always doing things differently, so it could be 16. Divide by 2 plus 7 is the ultimate rule, is what Peter says.
Well, they haven't entirely scrapped the English rate, but they sort of get going finally towards it, and everybody having FIDE ratings, which is good. But they still have the separate English system as well, which I think is a bit silly. But there you are. You may as well have the same one. But that's another story. You were talking about when you convert your South African rating to an English rating, weren't you? You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think in that case, if I'm not mistaken, they just dropped the 4th digit. Because isn't the English rating system only 3 digits?
Yeah. No, they don't just drop a digit. No, it used to be times by this and divide by this. I can't remember what it is anymore, actually. I remember when I came over, my rating converted was about 1,500.
What?
Yeah, I was when I came over. Yeah, promise.
Oh, what are they smoking? Well, mind you, if they watch some of your online league games, I mean, maybe
then they wouldn't be surprised. It's true. Yeah. That's absolutely true. You've been watching, have you?
I've had the pleasure, yes.
Oh, I see. Black's just won on what's that? That's on.
Yeah,
4,
Warwick take the match 5-1. Now, if Pats would lose this, they'll have the same points as Cambridge, exactly the same net game points, and they're both due to play each other in the final round. Now, that could be quite interesting.
Indeed.
That could be interesting.
I hope Pets would have their full A team there, that's all. But there's no excuses. I mean, Warwick have got a good side. You can see that.
Yeah.
But perhaps Petswood could have had a better one. But that's it. That's the name of the game. Whoever you got available on the day. That's so yeah. The match is it's 5-1 at this stage.
Yeah, and Petswood need points because of net difference, right? So
yeah.
So even 2 draws here, it's better than 2 losses.
Yeah, right. That's. And I suppose it doesn't mean anything to Warwick, because they've won all their matches, isn't it? So they'll finish top.
Theoretically, unless they don't have a banana peel.
Oh, you mean in the last round? Yeah.
They can always do an Arsenal.
Well, who cares about Arsenal? Sorry to all those Arsenal fans, but you know who they know who we support. I hope.
We all support different people.
Well, yeah.
All I can say is the team I support, whoever invested 37 million in a goalkeeper that atrocious, should be shot on sight.
Now you're talking about Chelsea or United?
United.
Well, yeah, he's made some mistakes, hasn't he? But even the Chelsea keeper, they've replaced him lately as well, haven't we? Somebody else.
I'm like, I would rather take the under-21 reserve goalkeeper for United. I'll take the under-19 reserve goalkeeper for United because surely he can do better than this guy. I mean,
well, you should re-sign De Gea. That's what I say.
I mean, this is the funny part. De Gea was Golden Glove of the Premier League, and you got rid of
Absolutely.
him. Rid of him. And
Well,
what really
well,
fascinates me is if I was a small club like, I don't know, Aston Villa or
I'm
Everton.
not sure about Aston Villa, a small club, but yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
in retrospect, I mean, even Birmingham was. I would approach a keeper like the guy and say, right, come keep for us. We're gonna give you a coaching role as well. Upgrade our keepers. You know what I mean? Because he's only got a couple of
Yeah.
seasons left in him anyway. He's gonna be better than 90% of the keepers out there. Guys, they all make all keepers make mistakes. They all have a bad game. But here's the funny part. De Gea knew his defense was shocking. De Gea knew his midfield was shocking. He still stood tall on those days. Anana.
He did. Look, yeah, no, I agree. I think De Gea is certainly better. For sure, De Gea was better. But and look, he was making some mistakes sometimes, and perhaps a few more than he should have. But he was still a lot better than this other guy in goal. That's for sure. I'm surprised they didn't try to sign the Aston Villa goalkeeper instead, actually, or somebody like that.
Yeah,
You know, he because he's the Argentinian World Cup goalkeeper, isn't he?
yeah. No, look, I mean,
The
it's just it just baffles my brain, and you look at the spending across the board. United have spent
Yeah,
tons of money and got nothing in return. Um,
not a lot, not a lot. It's true.
and if you look at clubs like Aston Villa, um, Newcastle, they haven't made major investments, but they've made smart buys, players that suit
Well,
the club.
Newcastle spent a fair. Newcastle made some good buys, but they spent a lot as well.
Well, not as much as
Um,
not as much as United, Chelsea, City, or Liverpool in the last 3 or 4 years. They might have spent a lot last season, but in
Actually,
over yeah,
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Chelsea has spent absolutely huge telephone numbers, haven't they?
It's like this chess game. Huge telephone numbers
Uh,
of nothing.
yeah, I'm looking on board one here actually at the moment.
All
I
right,
think
let me have a look. Let me have a look at board one.
White is surely doing quite well here. You would think.
Sure. Again, bishop and knight versus rook scenario, hey?
Yeah, but
Oh,
he's got a. Oh, I think there's problems for black here.
I
Well, he's got all
really,
sorts of things. Oh,
really
it
want to push that
doesn't.
pawn.
You do, but obviously, well, wouldn't be wise now. But it doesn't look good. Um,
Is oh wow. Don't play rook c7. Whatever you do, don't play rook
no, no,
c7.
indeed
Oh
not.
my gosh.
That could be embarrassing.
I
That's
was like I was
could
like rook c7 looks pretty decent. No, it does not. So
now.
those of you
Can
that
he
are
play
out there
King
watching,
F6?
mm,
Can he play King F6?
isn't there mate threats and all sorts of funny things?
The thing is, he's got to do something to stop E7, hasn't he?
Again, you can't play rook c7. But you
You could play H3. No, you don't want to lose your pawn on E6. That's the thing. Yeah, you're going to play Bishop D7. Yeah, of course.
I like that. I like that move.
Now, how's he going to stop E7? Well, no. I mean, the king of E6 stopped that, but now the black king is totally tied down as well. I mean,
Yeah, but
yeah,
you got rook takes pawn, which is fine.
yes.
But this is quite cute because now what you're going to go is knight c5, knight b7, and then you got the a pawn to go as well.
William. Yeah, I don't think he can really afford to take on D7, but he might have to. And surely it's lost after then. I think
Hey,
it.
Bunny! Nice to see you. Sneaking in there on the quiet. We see you sneaking in there.
Yeah, that's what I thought he'd play, but now he surely can't exchange on D7. Even if it's giving the exchange up, it would be lost.
Yeah, no.
After the white knight moves, it looks very bleak. Now rookie one maybe.
I'll definitely play a move like rook e1 just
or
because.
or even rook b1 maybe.
No, because you still got that
And
horrible.
actually,
You still got that rook d1
yeah,
story.
that's true. What about h3 then? H3 might be a good move.
When in doubt, move the pawn.
Indeed. Or g3 is good enough as well, I suppose.
I suppose the idea of g3 is that your king can come diagonally forward.
Yeah, like I say, white has to be winning. I just don't see really a way out for black. It's very, very hard.
You know, bishop e5, knight d7 is looking quite interesting.
True. Black might have to play rook d5 just to stop rook b1 or something, but it's still there. Yeah, it looks very bleak. Very bleak
You know
indeed.
that if the rook moves off the d file, you can play bishop c6
Oh
with
no,
knight d7. Can't I just push the
that's
pawn?
probably not a bad move.
Can't I just push
It's
the pawn?
no, I like rook b1. Yeah, that's
Oh, rook b1's
no,
quite
you couldn't
nice.
push. Yeah, no, he couldn't pass because he'd taken the knight.
Yeah, you'd lose too many pawns trying to do that maneuver. I thought the a pawn gets through and you get the rook for free, but it doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah, but it's just so hard for black. This it really is. But there is time is still a factor, though. Black has got less than white, but neither's got a lot. Well, I still push the a pawn anyway.
If rook takes, bishop takes, rook to d 5, push pawn, rook takes
Can you push
knight,
the a pawn?
push the pawn, rook c7, bishop c6. Yeah, that's winning.
Yeah, it must be good.
Okay, he's pushed the pawn. Okay.
Well, not yet. He's got to be able to play maybe bishop c6 first.
Yeah.
And that's surely gone.
Yes, the knight on c5 is power.
Just push the pawn again.
Yeah, just
There's
push
no
a7.
there's no perpetual or anything like that.
And the pawn that you're worrying about can't get away anyway. So,
Yeah.
So even after rook checks, rook takes, rook check, king up. Check king into h. Oh, just king f3. King f3 can't go rook d3 check.
Yeah, true. It's good enough anyways. Yeah, they both win.
And that's the end of that. And that takes Warwick to 6-1. And Padswood need a miracle. Jean-Baptiste.
All I need is a miracle.
And again, Jean-Baptiste, the queen and a knight versus the queen and a knight. 2 pawns versus 3. Technically should be drawn. But 34 seconds versus 2 minutes. Well, that's...
2.5 minutes, yeah.
That's cheeky. Yeah. G5, knight d4 checkmate. Eh?
Yes, would have been nice.
King h1. Ooh,
yeah, this should be drawn.
Yeah, this is drawn. Problem is
can't be anything else.
Problem is the king and the knights are too close together. At some point,
the pawns all on the same side. So, and he's played h4, so one pawn at least has to come off immediately.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if you trade all the pawns, you can trade your knight for the last pawn, and that's that. So you can effectively trade your knight for 3 pawns here.
Well, if he allows you to, but I mean that's. if he's hoping for freak mate.
I don't know about this so much. White hasn't played this very well.
No, I don't think he should have played the knight. He took his knight out of play. And you don't draw the knight and a rook's pawn, do you? Sorry, I'm thinking of obviously a bishop and a rook's pawn. Yeah, no, White hasn't played this well at all.
Oh, where's that king going?
What?
Whoa, no.
That's a belated Christmas present. Yeah, you should have drawn that.
And that
well
was
done to Warwick.
a very painful outing for Petswood with a 7-1 victory by Warwick. I did not expect that, to be honest.
It was a hiding, wasn't it? You got a clock, man.
That was a Liverpool 8-1 or 8-2 or whatever it was that they smashed United not so long ago.
It's just a 7-0.
7-0. There we go.
Well, I do remember a few seasons ago when United walloped Arsenal 8-2.
It happens. It happens.
It does.
Yeah, I actually remember watching that, Lawrence, and I remember Arsenal's Arsenal team sheet that day, and it had Theo Walcott as one of their oldest players, and Andre Santos at left back. It was one of the worst.
I seem to remember Van Persie was playing as well. I saw that too.
Yeah,
I don't remember any substandard Arsenal.
Oh
team.
Yes, he scored for Arsenal.
And yeah, he did.
Then I think did he go to Man U that season?
He did, and he actually won the league title with United.
You couldn't do it with Arsenal.
Yes, yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
I mean, the thing is, I was brought up when following Premier League, watching Man United against Arsenal, Vieira against Keane, and all that. And back then, those duels. Like back then, you couldn't watch as much football as you can watch now. And those were only games really on TV that you in Premier League, not so much from Championship where my team were. But how it changed both teams shadow what they used to be at the start. But we'll see how costly it will be for Petswood, because as I said, that it's one thing to lose, but by that margin.
Oh, it's a big margin, yeah, for sure.
It's a big margin. So I haven't updated the league table. Petswood had a points difference of plus 32. Cambridge had also plus 32. So as a result of that, Pets would go to plus 20, take away 6, plus 24 against Cambridge. So Petswood will need to thrash Latimer in their penultimate game. But the bad news for that is that Cambridge also play Latimer. So it looks as if it goes on paper that Petswood will, as a result of that result today, will have to beat Cambridge in the final round, which is very tricky actually. So
I'm sure they'll do so. I'm confident in the lads.
Well, confident in the lads. But anyway, really good to see you, Lawrence. Thanks for
you too. Thank you. It was good fun. Thank you.
Thanks,
have a good day.
You too, man.
And be kind this evening if you commentate on my game.
We'll be well chilled this evening.
I'm sure I'll be hammered. Okay, thanks guys. Have a good day.
All right, cheers.
Cheers then. Bye bye.
Lawrence, bye bye. It sounds like quite a cruel thing to say, Andrew, but I have a feeling if we do the national anthems for the next one, the games might be over. By the time the anthems.
So are you are you saying that I should just chill on this one for a bit?
No. In fact, no. Do play the anthems. There's a couple of top boards. So we got Philippines' finest chess club, which has some of the Philippines' top players. Philippines, the country, and they're playing Watford juniors. So Watford, a part of a town just north of London. And their junior team, their captain Robert Lancaster is actually playing in a national overboard tournament, so he wasn't able to play himself. But he has managed to get a lot of players to turn up in his absence. The Philippines finalists are on 3 out of 3 in their group. So this will be a big step for the tours and qualifying. Anyway, Andrew, yes, let's play the anthems for both these teams.
If I play the anthems, this match is going to be over. I'm just.
That was me being. All right. Well, let's see. All right. Let's
right,
play. Let's
here we
see.
go.
That's me being very, very cruel. All right. We'll see.
Right, we are back, Peter. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Well, I was wrong. It's 0-0. Very good Watford juniors. Oh, hang on. I think has a server gone down?
What?
Is it? It did just say server went down for me. Is it still working for you?
What? Chess.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why it's not. It's black.
Oh yes, it's back now. Sorry. Yeah, my apologies to Watford juniors. They are battling very well. It is 0-0. The record actually for the quickest team win was 6 minutes. It took for Chess Club Politica A to beat their last year's champions. To beat, I think Commonwealth Massachusetts. It was on 3 boards, but in 6 minutes, it was a bunch of GMs against 900s. it ended very quickly. But here, Watford Juniors. What's good is the turnout as well. 6 boards. So that's very good to see. So shall we do what we usually do, and we'll start at the start away at the bottom and work our way up?
I am starting at the bottom, and I see it's Verdant versus Cerebeth. Verdant is a piece down already, and is thinking for a very long time.
It's a piece down, but has got two pawns for that, except the fact that they're double ranked, which means they're not so useful. I know the rule is usually that you keep the pieces on the board when you're behind and swap off if you're ahead, but part of me wonders if Black should swap the queens off and try and well, also what's difficult about C5 pawn is you can't defend it if you swap it off.
Well, I mean, if you play queen to E5 and don't swap, I've got knight to E4, and I'm hitting the
pressure that you put on here is substantial. So it really is difficult to see an avenue for white there. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because we always back the underdog where we can. But still, to make it nearly 20 moves in. And 1,000 points high rated player. It's going to be.
So he's found, he's found Queen D5. I mean, that's impressive for a 900 to find Queen D5, but like we said, knight in, and again the problem is if he goes for F5, knight takes pawn, and then knight to D7.
I think I've got to applaud the. Sorry to interrupt your analysis.
No.
I've got to applaud the dance principles and ambitions in not swapping off. It's just the unfortunate things that you that knight in this situation is just too powerful, and that C5 pawn is too weak. So, sorry, did you just say bishop B7 to move to play?
You can't play bishop B7. Knight F6, queen takes B7. I've also got
with the well, is it that bad though? Oh yeah, the rook's behind it defending the knight. So yeah, it's pretty much curtains here. Shall we move up to Philippines already gone 1-0 up. But no, sorry, to Rulu Razon against Ashna P.
That board
again, 1,000 point difference. So this one seems a little closer, but you can see the goodness, there's 3 pawns in the middle of the black pawns in the middle of the board, and
E4 F5 E5 D5.
Gosh.
I mean,
oh gosh,
it's just a nightmare.
So I mean, I'm thinking F4 for black. Oof. Trying to double up the rooks. I mean, I suppose it gives a square for bishop, the white square bishop to go back to F1. But how does black pile the pressure? No, I don't think F4 doesn't work. I think you
sure. What Virginia's picked up a... Wait, hang on. Wait. I'm just going to check. I have a sinking suspicion here. Yeah. The GM didn't move.
Oh,
there's a connection issue there.
It still counts. A GM has lost to 1400, and no matter what, no one can ever take that away from a 1400. And the important thing in chess is, what's the first rule of chess? Is to turn up.
Yeah.
So that's that principle. If you turn up, you never know what's going to happen. How many rating points do you get for that as well?
Quite a ton, I would assume.
Well, I think Watford Juniors deserve that. They brought out 6 players. Their captain's away. They deserve to get that. Oh, yes, Paul Board. Talking Tom is 29. Falls twice to Noel De La Cruz. Okay, shall we go to Rick Menez, 52 against Ishan? And I think that's the only 900-point rating difference here. And this is very painful. Yeah, there's a mate on here. Surely you Rook G8.
What about Rook F2?
What is it? Oh, gone with Rook F2. Or Rook F2, yes. And yeah, this is curtains. Shall we go to board 1 then? And this is where there's only a 500-point rating difference. For those watching, I mean, this is what World Chess League is all about. The chance for lower rated juniors to play against GMs. Although I say play against GMs, that game wasn't actually played. But still, this again, lot of pressure that Black is putting on White here. I mean, you can go Queen C6 and just go, I've got to check in, but unfortunately, I don't really think that achieves very much.
Knight F1, knight takes C2, knight takes F2.
Yeah, knight takes pawn, and unfortunately, that resistance falls.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance. Well, as I said to you, like if you get to a stage where juniors against top players play 90% of the right moves, that's still decent practice and something good to do, even though obviously you're going to get destroyed by that 10% that you of things that you get wrong. So it's all good practice. I mean, in the context of the league table here, so like Watford have lost their first 3 games, so but they're in this competition to get this experience, and I always love playing against much better players. We've got nothing to lose, pressure's off. But sometimes there is so much of golf that you may not learn anything. But I believe you can learn something from every game, and they surely will. But I'm sort of scrambling here to find any.
No.
Well, actually, board 5 looks relatively even.
Board 5. We can go back to board 5.
Yeah, one with the pawns. I don't think Black played this correctly. I mean, yes, they've doubled up the white square pawns, but so those 2 e pawns look horrific, but I don't think it's as pressing as it was.
Yeah,
and that pawn on e3 actually stops the pawn coming in on f4. So I think there's and of course that knight on h2 looks horrific, but I think Black slightly misplayed this.
The downside for White.
Thinking that
the downside for White is that the knight on h2's got nowhere to go, even if it goes.
I know, but you stick it there. Now Black's gonna try and get some coordination, and White can undouble one of those pawns. So
yeah, but you don't really want to open this position up.
No, you don't. But then again, what else? All right, what can you do to make White's position better? That's keeping it to basics. What would actually make it better?
Starting again.
Press the reset button or Control Z. No, but little things. I mean, okay, so what about B3? B3 isn't really particularly or B4 actually, start to put a bit of pressure, not pressure, but get your pieces up the board. And then en passant, you take back with a pawn. Suppose it just give go up rook and open file, but moves like that. And yeah, the thing is though, White's only got 2 minutes. Oh, I did go with B3. I did predict that. I did predict that. I mean, it stops the queen moving moving out of the way because the 2 pieces being on it. So yeah, I understand why it's for. You see, you need a mediocre player on the stream to understand
the plans.
other mediocre players' moves. That sounds like being disparaging, not. But I think Ashton is only around 10 years old, if I remember from previous streams. I think it's she as well.
So yeah, then they're going to learn a lot from these kind of games.
Yeah, against a player only 1,011 points higher than them. So really, so really quite a difference. And also, battling to stay it's still in this on material. Granted, Black's got a lot of pressure, but to have got to this stage, is really pretty decent. Yeah, go on, go B5, keep going up. I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, that does open it up, open position up is what you said. Van Knight has an outpost. That's a shame. I thought B5 could have added some more tempo. So, yeah, but B4 pawn is hanging.
But if you played B5, I could have just played D takes C anyway.
Yeah, you could, but I wouldn't have minded that so much because you first go B6 and then you've got the double rooks on the open file. Yeah, you lose a pawn, but that pawn that Black has on C4, it isn't particularly strong except it's got the bishop behind it. So I wouldn't have minded that so much.
Sure. I was looking. I will say I was actually looking at the move, Knight F4 here, but Queen takes is better because now Knight F4 is dangerous.
Yes. Yes, can't play it now, obviously, but yeah, now the position disintegrates. But when you've got less than you're 1,000 points down, rating points down, and you've got less than a minute left, it makes sense for things to things to disintegrate.
Again, I think Black's just too greedy here. He doesn't have to take H4, just play Queen G6. You've always got Knight F4 as a threat. The H pawn will drop. It will always drop. Okay, now still.
Yeah.
Now Knight. You see, Knight F4 is nice, but it doesn't have the same effect as it had 2 minutes ago.
No. For Black's probably going to go for raise rook here. You just. Oh, okay. All right. We'll see this through. Knight F4 is played.
You can't play Queen B2, by the way. Rook A2. Rook A2.
Yeah. This.
And then Knight D2 checkmate. Knight D2 checkmate.
Oh, a knight checkmate. That is.
That's very cute.
That's not. Yeah, that's not something you see every day. The GM has lost again to the.
I'm not elaborating
wow,
on that.
I've just seen that. So the Ananya SP has picked up 200 rating points for that. Sorry, shouldn't laugh, but like Like poor GM. And when we log in and realise they just Darwin, like Darwin Nunez. That's a bit of a miss. Gonna find lost the best part of 300 rating points. That really is quite unfortunate. So it's 6-2 to Philippines finals. So I think this is running away from them a bit. I'm just gonna check. Um,
I'm gonna go to the
there
last
is
board.
another. Yeah, if you and if you just glance through and find anything that we can cling on to, that would be great. I'm going to WhatsApp you. There's another match happening, which it's a totally different dynamic. But if you just have a quick look through,
Yeah, the only game to watch is the top board, which is Lucano versus Adriats. Very even. I mean, I expect.
Yeah, there's not so much going on there. But we can switch back to it. Can you switch to that? Always challenge you, Andrew. That game link I've just sent you.
I will get there. Give me a second.
Oh, actually, no, don't do that. Sorry, the team. It was 0-0 when I looked at it. The two teams were fairly evenly matched, and then now Chongqing, Misty Land, Yangtze River has just gone 3-0 up against Bishan. So,
okay.
let me see if there's another one. There's two other games. There's MUFON against the other team from China, but that is another team from China, but that is about to finish. Yeah, all right. So ball one of what the juniors it is. While you stick on that, Andrew, I'm just gonna have a look at the other.
No, it's all good. I can say that. I can say that Adviet is throwing the kitchen sink. Caution to the wind.
Really? It's all pretty. Anyway, I'll refresh the page, see if anything dramatic has happened. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, the thing is, I never find it convincing watching kingside attacks when the queens are off the board. It's sort of snake without a venom. I sort of see it as because you're not going to get. I'm not saying don't do it, but it doesn't really constitute throwing kitchen sink at it because you're missing like the main part of it. I mean, the main part of the kitchen sink is your queen. That's its attacking piece. So, anyway, what does black do? I mean, that bishop is so hopeless on c8. Really, it's completely tied up. Even if you Lanchester it's not doing anything.
I was really looking at F5 to see how it could
work.
I thought
F4.
F4.
Do you mean F4?
Yeah, F4.
Yeah. I was just looking.
I'm really looking at this F4 move. I just can't seem to make it work.
Yeah. I understand that from black actually at knight f8 as something else to if in doubt in a closed position jump your knights about just try and maneuver things. Yeah, I was thinking about being blasé and just going h5, but then the white knight moves out of the way and then that h pawn's really weak. So again, I mean, white's not bothered castling. That's so overrated. And f4 is played that very quickly. It's very keen to play that. And off they go. And Yeah, I'm not hating this for black.
Knight
I,
C5.
I, I think this is
Knight C5 is interesting.
knight what, sorry?
Knight
Knight
C5.
C5. Yeah, I mean now your bishop can get in the game. And you're pinning the opposition bishop. So and also you got things like uh black square bishop takes on c3, double up the pawns there. So yeah, but I think black was
I don't know if I like him.
yeah, you see that's a shame because Shane, see, I mean, you could have just done the in between move and take off the knight. But I understand getting a bit sort of anxious about your knight. I mean, if they say knights and rim are dim, what did they say about knights being on on your own ape square? I'm not sure that's so. Um, not sure that's so good. Trying to get some harmony. And oh yeah, Philippines goes 7-2 up, and that does bring them the match. So well done to them. I will put in the group chat on the chat below the league table for those following at home or at work. We won't tell. Although pity the fools who have to work on a Sunday. That takes Philippines finest on to 4 out of 4.
If you just give me a second, Peter, I'm just going to grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Considering that these games are
yeah, this is
pretty decided. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking in the context of this, yeah, Philippines finest take a big step to go through to the next round. I mean, the most on seeding, the most dangerous team was Warwick Alumni. We've already beaten them, so there's three games to go against Fiji Chess Federation in the final round. Pianos from Mexico and Chongqing Mistyland Grassland, who drew against Fiji. So they're clear on their own on 4 points. So yeah, this is a really good result for Philippines. Looking at the other scores happening right now, this tournament takes place around the world. So we have Mouflon from Cyprus, who are 3-2 up against Chongqing Mistyland Great Wall team. And looks drawish in the game there. But anyway, going back to the game here, which people can see. It does look quite even, and with a 500-point rating difference again. Ball one has acquitted themselves pretty well here. However,
what am I missing? Oh, rook takes a knight. Picking up an extra piece.
That's very clever. Yeah, a rook
rook for 2 pieces.
Yeah, rook for 2 pieces. That's very clever. Found it pretty quickly as well. That's very clever. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. So yeah, that gives an advantage. So what can black do? I mean, that bishop being stuck on c8 has got.
Hello, Daniel. Welcome, Daniel. Oh, you're so glad you didn't have to do this game, dude. Because I could say, yes, well, you see, the best move would have been this, but beginners like to look at these things.
It is funny actually because Vicent's message saying that he was available but only between 12 and 1, but Daniel's already taken the slot and Daniel couldn't switch. So yeah, just as well he didn't have Vicent's on this because he would have been absolutely
no, you would have ripped these poor guys apart, and like in all fairness.
Yeah, oh, his junior's like, why do I do some proper prep? I mean, it's just basic. He would have been so cruel. He would have brought me to tears.
Do you have
yes, as it is.
Do you have the stream up at your place in the background, Peter?
Me, yes. Oh, hey, I just got yeah, I do, yeah. So I saw Dan's messages.
No, because I wanted to know from your side, from the sound perspective and all of it. Because remember, I have to redo all of this again, so I never know,
Redo what?
Well, all the sound settings and things like that. So I'm not sure if all the sound settings are great on that side. But then again, I suppose if there was an issue,
I suppose no one's really listening. They're here to watch us, not listen. I would just say, look, yeah.
No, but if there was a huge issue, I'm sure Bunny would have told us.
Your camera went a little bit. Yeah, your camera went a little bit blurry.
No, it's when I move around, it blobs out a bit. It's fine.
Well, what I was going to say, it was a bit of an improvement, actually.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Happy New Year to you, Andrew.
Happy New Year to you, Peter. Yeah, we haven't even done that yet.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
You'll get revenge on me when I go to South Africa and you.
Another season of World Chess League.live.
Well, no, it's not another season, Andrew. It's the same season. The season never.
I know it's the same. I'm just saying. Never mind. I'm too tired.
Well, I'll tell you what. You should be happy you've not got a game this weekend because I encourage you to play it before Christmas to give you a bit of a
breather.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why Blacks just let that rook go.
Yeah, Blacks now.
It's like
in a world of pain.
It's like the wrong thing. Yeah, it's like the other thing of like, well, you've just lost your rook. I'm going to lose my rook as well, but except not realizing that the trade was that you got doubled and his opponent got 2 pieces of that rook and you only get 1. So yeah, this is pretty painful. With that said, other results haven't come in on the other. Sorry, I've just lost the link. Bear with me. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else going on. It's frustrating. Sometimes when you try and access the events through tournaments, it disappears when you're not playing in that match. It is still 7-2. So if you look at it from a hang on, Andrew, look at board 6.
Okay, I'm going there.
Board 6 is interesting.
As soon as my mouse and my computer talk to each other, we will get there. Okay, board 6.
Yeah, I'm liking board 6. This is nice. But from Verdant, I like that rooks. The rooks can double up. I'm going to refresh the page just to double.
No, Rook
Oh.
the rook's on c5. I've got the same position. I'm also looking at this. I'm going, sure.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, I wouldn't have played my knight back. I would have gone rook c1.
Yeah, I would have gone rook c1 as well. You are. I mean, I do sort of get that because you do think that Black's next move is just going to be to kick the knight away. So
but that's fine. Black wastes a move doing that. You gain tempo by playing your rook to c1.
You have gained tempo. But again, White will be thinking, look, I can just play rook c1.
And here's an interesting thing, right? If White was to trade all his major pieces, so the queen, the rook, the queen and the rooks, right now, with him to move.
Yeah.
If you took the queens and the rooks and all that off Um, took all of that off. Right now with white to play, white would have the move knight f4, for example.
Yeah.
And white's bishop is absolutely useless. And there's no real breaking point for black. So you know, as much as it pains me to say this, advantage white, but can white hold the advantage? That is the secret.
Yeah, ball one wrapped up, so that's 8-2. I'm just going to.
Ooh,
Black just dropped a piece. What?
Rook takes bishop? Am I missing something here?
No, you're not. You're not. It says Berth has had a brain fade. He didn't realize that rook's in such a weird position that it can just go backwards to take a piece. I was trying to get that bishop, maneuver that bishop to b3 as an outpost. But it's what you said, Andrew, because that piece was so useless. That bishop was so useless. And goodness me, we've got a win for Watford Juniors on. Oh wow, goodness, how we missed this. My apologies. Ishan Shada, a 1400 has beaten a 2100. Can we switch to that?
What?
Yeah. And
I mean, the 900 beating the 1900 is impressive, but a 1400 beating. What on earth?
Oh wow! So it was yeah. Do you want to move back to move 50?
Well, I'm just going through the game very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. You give your thoughts on it. Yeah.
And again, nothing. Okay, I don't really like knight f3, but that's fine. Takes. Oof, oof. Okay, knight pairs. Okay. Doubles up rooks. I mean, black. The 1400 does everything right, you know, from a logical point of view, and attacks a weakness. All right, gets the queen out the way. Good. Okay, it's a horrible place for a queen, but all right. But we do have the move b6 at some point. Okay, no, chase the queen. No, back of the knight comes. Trade queens. Okay, so we trade queens. Black's pawn structure is better. I mean, it's not enough to, you know, get excited about. Okay. Interesting. Just relocates to the next file. Oh, that's beautiful. Gets a free pawn out of that. What?
Yeah.
And oh my gosh. Takes. Oh, here comes the Marching King. Holds the. I mean, that's brilliant. Holds the position up.
What's the knight up to stop? Yeah.
Gives him the pawn, but I'll steal that one. And now I'm going to race this pawn. And there's not a sausage you can do about. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, yeah. This is brilliant. This is beautiful.
A mistake by white with that knight move going back. But you playing in the game.
Beautiful. I mean, if I was the 2-1, I'd be disgusted with myself for the way I played that. But well played by the 1400. But I'm sorry, Peter, we got to go to that 900 because he's a piece up against the 1900. I mean, that's a bigger gap. I'm sorry, that's just a bigger gap.
I mean, that is what. I mean, the thing is, you put your pieces in good positions. It can lead to your opponent just making mistakes. I know people can just say, "Oh yeah, white won this because what if white goes on to win this? Because black mouse slipped or dropped a piece. Well, definitely wasn't a mouse slip. Just dropped a piece. It's no credit to white. That's completely not the case. It's completely not the case because the reason that black made that mistake is because white's pieces were in such good harmony and such good positions that yes, he overlooked that the rook was covering that square. But the fact that it was in such a good outpost position forced for mistakes. So, Vedant, I wonder how you're feeling right now. not an easy Sunday.
This
Not an
is
easy Sunday morning. You've gone on and you're playing chess against someone 1,000 points higher rated than you. Got an absolutely massive opportunity. Should say also that it's whilst it's afternoon in the UK, early afternoon in the UK here, it's pretty late in the Philippines. I think it's 9:30. Not that there's any excuse. Uh, that's to be sure. So, well, yeah, I think it's bedtime for serve birth here. C unless I've missed the C3 just drops that pawn, and that should be that. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, I got to refresh the page. Oh wow, goodness, I missed a whole load of moves there. Andrew, did anything I say make sense? It probably didn't.
no,
The,
but I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
no, I saw a completely different position. I saw that pawn going to C3, but White's rook just being able to take it. Okay, right. I've refreshed it. Now now C3 makes sense. And now the game's much more even position.
Oh, I don't like this knight at D2 here.
Well, you understand it because it covers the C1 square, but well, yeah, completely ignore everything I said because
I need to play rook C1. I don't see how you can play anything else. What?
oh
Why?
dear, C2 incoming.
No, C2 is fine. The rook just goes to E1.
Was that
the,
it?
the problem is queen takes pawn, and he's got 3 pawns, and you can't stop him.
He got 3 pawns, and it's going to be too much. That's not C2. C2 isn't really.
But I mean, I don't know what White did here. Takes.
Yeah, what did White do to?
You see, he played.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, Andrew, you should have interrupted me. I thought Black lost to drop to Bishop.
No, Black dropped the bishop.
Black
did drop the bishop, but then instead of holding onto his pawns, like playing moves like queen to d4 or queen to c3 with rook to d1, knight to f4, slowly getting his pieces into better squares, he went and played knight g5, and then gets attacked, and then plays knight, and then loses. But again, I'm not convinced that this is over. Like knight f6 is interesting here.
You got to look at the clock as well.
Yeah. Look, the 900's done exceptionally well to get to this point.
Exceptionally well.
But you know what they say: all good things must come to an end.
Yeah, and it was the. I mean, well done to Serberv as well. The 1900s finding a win strategy to. Yeah, pressure is pressure is showing.
I mean,
I was so lol with Black goes C2. I find that so funny if that happens. But, boo! Lose the other one.
I suppose you got to play queen to c2. Yeah, queen to d3. But it doesn't matter because you can play queen b2, queen b1, and then b3. You got to play queen b1. You don't have a choice. Oh no. Not queen c4. Queen takes rook. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. That's all she wrote. Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
And Sarah Birth gets away with murder. It was looking so good for Verdant. And I think the moment was just too big.
Still, I think also chess is a real winner there. Six boards. No other competition in the world I could see could you have this matchup with some of Philippines' finest chess players playing against some juniors from a town in England on 6 boards. Good kickoff time for both teams.
Even Buddy's like, oh, the 900 didn't win.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And we all rooting for the go 900 go.
We always root for the underdog. I will just see if there are any other games. There was a couple of other matches happening at the same time.
We got to do national anthems and all that, Peter.
Oh, the national, yeah.
It's 10-2 and the game starts at 3. Or ladies and gentlemen, for those of you for news flash here live at League.live, when the match says it starts at 3, it actually starts at 3:05. Do you know why it starts at 3:05?
No, Andrew, that's my secret. Yeah, I know.
I got it.
You don't tell the players that because then they'll turn up. When they turn up late, they find they don't have the game.
It is funny though.
It is an amusing way of doing things.
But only here on League.live do these things happen.
Yes. Well, we do have a little bit of time. I mean, looking at the other matches, so Shongping Mistyland Yangtze River beating Bishan 7-0. And there was one other game which has just finished. So we do have a bit of time. I'm just gonna see. So for the next game, which Dan is doing with me, and I actually got to send Dan the game link actually, so I've got to do that.
Poor Dan. Poor Dan the man.
Well, as I said, it will be probably more of an even match. But with what for juniors, again, like you pick out 6 boards, odds are that one of them is going to pull off something. So tremendous stuff from Ishan to pick up a win there.
On that note, Happy New Year, Bunny. On that note, Happy New Year. I'll do a Happy New Year when Daniel eventually arrives in chat and Zoom and all the rest of it. But for those of you just
good. Just about to say that the match coming up, both teams already got 4 boards out, so that's already really. Yeah, I think we'll go for the anthems, Andrew.
All right, thank heavens I can have a quick 2-minute snooze.
Yeah, get your coffee. Yeah.
All right, see you guys in a bit.
Want to become an
Really, Peter, the shortest anthems in the history of anthems you put for the last game. It's not been longer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andrew. Shall I message the
Yes.
the what's it? I don't. Is it Schultz who's Chancellor of Germany? I don't know who Chancellor of Germany is. Chancellor of Germany. Oh, about my political knowledge is. It is Schultz. I was right. Yeah, Schultz and Xi Jinping. I'll ask them both. Yeah, can you make your national anthems a bit longer so Andrew can have a proper coffee break between World Chess League.live matches? I'll definitely do that. Wow. Okay, we got a WGM playing for Shenzhen Pengcheng Chess Club. Apologies if I mispronounced it. Ji Yi Li. And I'm just gonna see if there's any information about her. FIDE, and she's in the top 200 players in China, which is really is 113th best player in China.
Sure.
That's pretty impressive. And it was in one of the top 1,000 players in the whole of Asia. Wow, goodness me.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So always great to have players like that in the league. And I think she's a captain of the team, but of Shenzhen, which is a city in China. But Kevin, who runs the Shongqing Misty Land teams, sort of prompts things to ensure they show up. So Shenzhen's got a population of 17.5 million, the third most populous city in China, and they are up against a German team called Die Furvogel. I think that translates to horses, I think. But it's a they're a bit like you, Andrew. They're a streaming club page, fan club page, and Stefan Moritz, their captain, is on board one. They're also streaming this in German, so we're not in the habit of advertising other people's streams. But if you are German, you want to watch it there, you can do so, or you can the Firebirds. Sorry, not the horses, the Firebirds. Dan's right. Don't message anyone. Just write a new anthem yourself. Yes, a new chess anthem for each team. I've got so much free time I can do that. So we got 4 minutes to go. But both teams have got 4 players. Well, they've got 5 players now. But come on, you think Shenzhen, with a population of 17.5 million, could bring out a couple more boards? I tease. Oh, sorry, Dan's there. Sorry, I've been waffling on it. Dan's there. That is a lovely jump you've got there. Yes, Andrew. What?
Do not jinx this last game, right? We do not want to sit here for a board for 10, 11, 12 boards. Daniel will go mad trying to flip between boards, trying to figure out what's happening on every board. We like 4 or 5 boards.
Don't pin this on Daniel. Daniel's fine. It's you that knows. You're one that knows. Hello, Daniel. Dan. Happy New Year.
Hello.
Happy New Year, Daniel.
Happy New Year.
I
haven't seen you since last year.
I know, it's been so long, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just last year we were chatting.
Jokes aside, it has been a long time.
About a month, give or take.
Possibly. Around that.
How many boards we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even count the boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boards. Stay like that.
I'm seeing Oh yeah. 5 boards here is the smaller number. Yeah.
Stay like that.
Well,
Mm.
Don't add. Don't snipe in. Don't do any of that. Just stay at 5 boards.
We got 3 players above 2,000 here. We get some strong games then.
And we have our honourable 900 rooting from the bottom for an upset.
Unfortunately, the 900 is not playing against a 1900 this time.
Well, you're still playing against the 1400, so it's still,
Still, yeah.
But
Still, it's a massive point difference. We'll see what they can do.
I always get nervous with 900s in Rapid because you don't know how many games the guy's played. You don't know what he's been doing. You don't know when last he played Rapid.
Oh, looks like this 900 is more of a bullet player, and their bullet rating is 1100.
Oh, 11. Yeah,
They're a little bit stronger than they look.
1100 bullet. That's, yes, I'm so excited for a bullet player at 1100. We have 1 minute left. You wanna cast the line of prediction there, Daniel?
Yeah. So obviously, it seems at the moment like one team is stronger. So we've got to predict that they'll win, although we'll root for the underdog as we always do. But I do think the German team is going to win for that reason. And let's make some predictions. I think the top board will get. I don't think they'll have 2 draws. I think they have a win each. The next board, I think they'll have a win each. Board 3 will probably get a win and a draw. Board 4 and 5, I think we'll get 2 wins for the Germans each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 to. Hold on, need to count.
2.5 to 2.5.
2.5. 7.5, 2.5. That's what I think we'll get.
I'm going 8-2 German.
Okay. You're playing tactical then. I'm going 7.5. You're saying 8.
I'm going.
Look at this. We've got a Gambit on board 1.
A Gambit on. I'm going on the fact that the woman GM is stronger than her 2000 ratings, so she's gonna.
Oh, is she?
she's going to win both her games, and then the Germans are going to win everything else. That's
well, I'm not so sure because White is playing an opening that I have never seen before, and it's a Gambit. So this could get very dangerous very quickly.
This is birds.
Yeah, but with E4 though.
Yeah, but it's the From's Gambit of the birds or something. Something like that.
No, I think From Gambit is F4 E5. This was F4 F5 E4. I don't know this one.
Swiss. Sorry.
Okay. You clearly know it, being a bird player.
Being a bird player, I am. I would never play it. Let me just throw it out.
Does the player with the black pieces know it though?
The problem with this particular line that I've never played it in tournament play because I don't trust it for as far as I can throw it. The problem that I foresee or foresaw or whatever you want to call it was that you've got a very exposed king and black can counter sack with E5 type of moves.
Yes, at the right moment.
At the right moment, and it does get a bit messy and hair raising, and you've got to have balls of steel to play. So hats off to White saying you're a woman GM. I'm going to play this against you. Let's see what you got. Hats off. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no.
Not for you.
No, listen, I'm brave. I'm not stupid.
G5's a very brave move, though, inviting that Bishop G4 in. What are you going to do against Bishop G4? Are you thinking Knight F3, Knight E2? I don't see anything more exciting we could try. Or is Bishop G4 even a good move?
I think he's played G4.
You still there?
Yeah. No,
You're still there. Okay.
No, I'm trying to calculate because I think he played G4 because
Right.
he wanted to play Queen to H4. I see now Bishop back in. You see.
Bishop E2. That's the idea. Black's main problem is always going to be development in this position because that dark square bishop has got no way out at the moment.
Yeah, but again, after Queen takes, Knight C6 now.
Knight C6? I'd take your knight. What's the...
Oh my gosh.
knight's under attack.
I'm like 5 moves ahead on what I was planning.
Yeah. We gotta play knight D5 here by the looks of... Knight D5...
Knight D7?
No, I don't like knight D5. Knight D7, yeah. Because there is a queen B5 check coming up to win B7.
Yeah, so Knight
D7 looks like the move. Make sure you put the right knight on D7, though. Knight D7, then we got all these weak light squares in the black camp. Makes it very, very difficult to develop that dark square bishop. So what do we do here, though? Black's going to play E5 next.
No, he's going to play F4. F5. White's going to play F5.
White's going to play F5? Where's your development?
We're not...
Knight F3.
Huh?
Knight F3. Come on, Knight C3. Get your pieces out.
I'm going for a quick win.
So you wanna play F5 here, okay?
Look, I'm just going F5 with the idea of Queen H5, G6, pawn takes, Queen takes, pawn mate. I mean, it's a stupid.
Right. Okay. So you play F5. I'll go knight E5.
Okay. Well, okay. What about this? That, you know, all jokes aside. Oh, you played it! No!
F5 was played, okay.
No,
yeah.
I was joking about F5, but it doesn't work.
I imagine this is a theoretical position, though, is it not?
No.
Because these moves all look pretty natural up to this point.
I mean,
this must have been reached before.
I would have rather have played Queen to E6 because that makes more sense. With the
Queen E6 is met by Knight C5, though.
Oh, is it met by Knight C5? Okay, so
yeah.
All right. Okay.
You need to lock down on this E5, which is why I think F5 makes a bit of sense. But I like knight E5 for black now, because you've given up the square. You're going to put that knight on E5, put the other knight on D7.
Okay, so...
Although there is... Knight E5 is met by Queen B5 check, though.
Yeah, but then you got knight
so maybe
D7.
we go C6. Oh, there's a threat of... There's some threats to deal with.
You're only going to take one pawn, and your king is in the center, and I have 2 knights developed. I'm not.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a return sacrifice. So knight E5, Queen B5 check, knight C6, Queen takes on B7, maybe even Rook B8 there, and black can argue to be better because of extra development and white's king is exposed. But black's very, very hemmed in on the.
No!
Oh,
What is C6?
Going for it.
Queen H5?
Going for it. So Queen H5, G6 is the only move.
Pawn takes.
F takes G6. And then is the idea Bishop G7 there?
But you've got pawn takes check, pawn takes pawn check.
Pawn takes check, King F8.
Knight E2. You must be losing this.
No, I don't think. I think it's fine.
Really? You're going to have all those pawns in
think
that
it's
open
fine,
file
yeah.
and you're going to be okay with this?
Yeah, I'm going to be okay with that. That's fine.
No, you're braver than I am.
Extra development, that's what it is. So
What's
G6,
pawn
okay.
takes?
FG6, right. Don't play... I was going to say don't play knight F6, but the pawn's guarding that anyway. So after pawn takes pawn, what do we do?
Well, Bishop G7.
Is Bishop G7 completely forced? Is that the only move? This was the idea. King D8.
Nice.
But Bishop D2?
Yeah, you got to play Bishop D2, then Queen D5 check.
There's another check. Right, Queen E5 check. Wow, good calculation there. The queen swings out and gets all the way across the board. This is the white king being exposed. This is what it actually means. Because you might think in that initial position that White's king's exposed, yes, but what does black do about it? White's got so much space. White's got this crushing attack. How does it matter at all that the white king's exposed? This is how it matters. Defensive resources. If your king's exposed, the resources will be there for black. And this is how it comes into fruition. So what do we do here? Do we go bishop d2 or do we go knight c3? And then I presume that if we're not attacking the queen, that's black's earliest opportunity. They're going to play king d8.
You know what? I would be this guy, right? I'd play bishop d2, right?
Okay.
Bishop d2.
Queen e5 check.
Knight e2.
Knight e2, okay.
Sucker you to play queen takes b2. Let's you enjoy that. I thought you'd enjoy that.
I don't think she'll fall for that one.
No. But it is pretty sweet.
So is it bishop g7 here, or is it king d8? Or is there a secret third move? Oh, how about queen e5 check, and then h takes g6? Ah, the queen can guard the rook. What do you do on that? Queen takes g6 check, king d8. So queen e5 check, knight ge2, h g6, queen g6, king d8. Let's count the pieces at the end of that. Material is level, but the h-pawn is under threat, and it seems like white has an easier time developing, particularly since white can still castle as well. There's bishop f4 coming, and then castle's queenside. I think white would be a lot better there. So let's not do that. I still think white looks better, though. White has just such an easy time developing here, and you're going to castle queenside, and it's all looking very nice. I think black's in a lot of trouble. Is there something like knight f6?
Knight f6 now.
Oh, queen e5 check, knight e2, knight f6?
Knight f6, g7 check.
G7 check, and then knight takes queen, and my queen on e5 is protecting.
Oh, wait, is your queen already there? Sorry, I didn't realize your queen was on e5.
Yeah, I'm going to play queen e5 check first. Okay, it wasn't played. I think that was a line. I think that's worth looking at. Queen e5 check, knight e2, knight f6.
That would have been very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's very good. But on the other hand, if you just move the queen back, now suddenly the knight's under threat. And there's queen f7 behind it as well. So maybe it's not so good after all. If there's queen f3, the knight's going to move, and then there's queen f7.
Okay, so now you're going to play... I think you're going to play bishop d2 here.
Yeah, bishop d2, or knight g2.
Knight e2.
Yeah.
Maybe knight e2
you
is
have
better.
To specify knight g2 if one of them's pinned.
I suppose you still have to.
I don't think you do have to. I'm not so sure. I would. So, yeah, because I want to get my bishop on... I haven't decided where the bishop's going yet, essentially. But at the same time, if you play bishop d2, you can castle on the next move. So I guess there is a benefit to playing bishop d2 instead of knight g2. Knight was played, okay. So we don't know where the bishop's going yet. Is it going d2, e3, or f4? It could go to any of them. And maybe our next move is queen h3 and then g6. Well, we want a castle, though. So black looks very, very cramped here. Is there a 95 here with the idea to put the other knight on d7, king on c7, and play that position? But black is down a pawn.
If you can't play knight f6 now, by the way.
No, 95.
Oh, 95. Okay, yeah. No, 95 makes sense. Yeah, because knight f6 falls to queen f7.
Ah, does it now?
Queen
It
f7
might very well do, yeah.
Queen f7 is nasty.
Yeah. .95 though. I think that's a sensible square to put the knight on. And I'm trying to bait you into playing g6. Aha. Okay, you choose to develop this way. I quite liked putting the other knight on d7, but this makes a lot of sense as well.
What does bishop?
I like bishop d2 here.
Bishop d2 with the idea of casting queenside now.
Yeah.
My problem I have in this position for black is that if you don't do something about my G and H pawn, I'm going to win because of it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I guess what we're preparing really is we want to be able to play knight f8. In fact, I'm looking for a way to play knight f8. Maybe we could have done it on the previous turn. And if you go queen f7, I go queen e5. Maybe it doesn't work so well, but it's an idea.
It's an idea. Shall we go have a look at board 2? I think we spent quite a lot of time on board 9.
See what board 2 is doing. So, board 2.
Bishop
pawn up for white, but bishop pair for black.
And rook's on the 7th. Woohoo!
Just flicking through the game, see what happens. So black got an isolated queen pawn pretty early on. One of these positions. They managed to exchange it off. They snapped up the bishop pair. How did white end up winning a pawn? I don't know. Some exchanges. Black still got the bishop pair, but white had more activity. Okay, white just had more activity the whole game.
Just picked up the B pawn.
And then black won the B pawn.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So not much has happened in this game. It looks like it's an ending where black has to defend, but black's got the bishop pair. Still, white's got so much activity here that I think this should be winnable.
Yeah, look, it's gonna take some skill. It's gonna take some skill.
Yeah.
And does the 1800 have the skill? That is the question. All right, let's go have a look at board 2. We've already got a result on board 4. Shenzhen Pengchen has already picked up a point.
All right, this is going against my prediction. Looking at the game review as well, 0 blunders, 0 misses.
Sure.
1 mistake. Very, very good. It was a stone wall. Okay.
I'm just going
position.
I'm just going straight to the Lyle game because now this is interesting. I want to point this out. 14 moves have been played in this game. 14
board
moves.
4 is this?
Yeah, I think it's board 4.
Board 3, surely.
Yeah, board 3. 14 moves have been played.
Okay.
And look at the time. 2 minutes versus 3 minutes. What makes you think that these guys have thought about every single move to its max?
Well, it's been a Smith-Morrow gambit, so it's been very, very, very sharp. So they probably spent a lot of time working through some tactics. You know, this move 7, e5, shocking idea, but I think it's a theoretical move. And things like that, it looks like, are happening more or less every move. So they've got to spend that time.
Yeah,
to look
that's
at all the tactics.
that's e5. It is in line, if I remember correctly. In the Smith-Morrow. So
I remember this. Yeah.
So I mean, this is again. I'm not sure if bishop e3 is correct here. If I remember correctly, there's some...
So somehow white's managed to get in that hole on b6. So white's got a very nice position and good compensation for the pawn.
Yeah.
Black's very, very cramped here.
Yeah, but again, it's all very well having all the space in that. What are you going to do with it? That's that's the thing. And Black
Whoa,
is
I could ask, what is that rook on A8 going to do? What is that rook on F8 going to do? They can't do anything. They're just completely stuck.
For now, but
Knight A4 here.
Knight A4.
Knight A4.
Bishop takes. Knight takes. Rook A7.
And then knight takes. And then you're forced to put your rook on A7.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think that's a particularly nice position.
Here we go. Here we're going to start the expansion. Oh, well, okay, first rook there, but B5,
right, yeah,
B5 is...
C5 I don't like. Yeah,
B5.
I don't like bishop C5. You're letting him out here.
B5 now must be the move.
Yeah, B5 and Black's going to start gaining some space and consolidating the position, and this compensation for the pawn is vanishing. I guess the idea was to stick the bishop on D6, which looks very nice at first, but after bishop C7, it's just neutralized. White's going to try and gain some control over these dark squares in the center, though, but I don't think it's going to last forever. Bishop C7, very nice.
Yeah, I like Bishop E7. Again, I just think, don't give White the chance to play A4.
Yeah.
That's one thing. If you give White a chance to play A4...
yeah, A4 is a move here, yeah, A4. But even so, I don't need to play B5, I can play B6.
True.
It's still a nice looking position there.
True.
I'm still gaining some space back. I'm covering up my holes.
Okay, but here's
giving myself some space to develop my pieces.
Here's the thing, though. Black is now under time pressure. 50 seconds on the clock. This is why I say things
How does this happen after only 20 moves?
But this
Down
is
under a minute.
But it's good. This is good. That means that they've taken their time. Yes, okay, maybe too much time. Maybe too much time. But I'd rather waste too much time and blow through the last minute of the game playing on instinct than rush in the beginning and have no game to play at the end. So, and again, we don't see this B5 move coming in, but I think...
Meanwhile, Queen D3.
Huh?
What do you do about that bishop?
Well, how about Knight G5 where I'm threatening
they've
mates?
gone with this instead, okay. Okay,
Well,
yeah, this makes a lot of sense, but you could have won a piece there.
There's a ooh. Is that a reality? You know that H6, H6, yeah, I was about to say, you can't play H6 because you can sack on F7, and then you got Queen H, I mean, you get 2 pawns for the knight.
No, if you play H6, it's Queen H7, mate.
Oh yeah, of course.
F8 is covered.
Of course. I was getting very carried away with the fact that you could sack the knight.
Yeah.
I mean, probably in a different position, that is what you'd be looking at. But
yeah. Instead of G6, I quite like the idea of playing F5 there.
I think he does.
Just a bit more of an aggressive way where I get a bit more space and maybe I got some better ability of getting my pieces over to the king side, so long as it doesn't fail immediately.
I think F5.
Oh, you just take it. Yeah, you just take it. Queen takes F5. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. Bit difficult to see, though, because the e-pawn is not currently pinned.
Yeah, and then
it's only after you play F5 that the e-pawn is pinned. Okay, but now there's knight e5 though. I think knight e5 was missed.
Knight e5, Queen f6.
Queen f6, then Queen d8.
Now, can't I play Rook takes Bishop? Yes, I really want to play Rook takes Bishop.
No, it just doesn't work. I've still got 2 defenders on e6. This is nice as well, right? f5 here is nice. This rook on c1 is just not doing anything. How can we get that rook on c1 to do something?
Well, if we could teleport
I immediately see a way.
We could teleport it would help.
Yeah, if we could play rook c1 to e1, that would be a good move.
Yeah. Or rook c1 to d or d2 would be perfect as well.
Yeah. Still though, Queen D3 is still on. Queen D3 still wins a piece. Oh no, because now there's 95, which there wasn't earlier.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, because the knight needs to be on F3 to guard E5 in that tactic. Okay, but now that that this king side has been weakened so much,
the German side has equalized. It's 1-1.
Oh, okay.
Got a penalty and scored.
Yeah. So now I think after bishop d6, White's managed to weaken the king side so much that they've got a good grip again on the position here.
Hold on. Does rook takes bishop still not work here?
The knight on c6 hang. Yeah, now that we got queen 3 pieces. Oh, rook takes bishop would have worked there. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Because now we got the queen on e6 as well.
Yes.
You put the queen on e2, attacking e6, and didn't follow through with the tactics. 94 now. I'm surprised black didn't play b4 there to win the bishop.
Queen. What is going on here?
Rook a7, good defensive move. That's an excellent move there, rook d7.
And queen c3 doesn't work. No, but hang on, bishop c5.
Bishop c5, yeah, bishop c5. That's it.
Bishop c5. Bishop c5, and it's all sure.
That's the one you got to see.
And it's
15 seconds.
15. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's 15 seconds versus 10.
Do they see it?
No, he sees it. He sees it.
But can they finish the game as well?
Bishop takes knight. Yeah, but now it's a little bit easier. Remember, you've got that piece now, so you're not panicking as much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here comes the queen.
Queen c3 looks very normal with the idea bishop h8.
Bishop
very
h8
dangerous.
Bishop h8. Here it comes. Here comes bishop.
Oh no, because there's bishop h2 check. You got to watch out for that.
Oh, he's landed it! He's landed.
Bishop h2 check.
Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, didn't see it.
Bishop h2.
It's back on again.
Oh!
Come on, just move the king. King h1.
Okay. Oh, you seen it.
Oh, okay.
You seen it. He's like,
okay,
no.
now it's seen. Okay, yep.
For 2 moves, the queen was hanging. All right, so queen takes.
I quite liked e5 there, but it wasn't played. Okay, yep. Exchanging a few pieces off.
Takes.
And White's managing to get a bit more time back with that as well. These exchanges are really benefiting White here because not just because White's a piece up, but because you get more time.
Yeah.
Because every exchange is an instant move. Okay, queen d6. How about queen d1 here?
The queen d1 is quite nice. I like queen d1.
Yeah. Queen g3 looks scary, but I don't think it really does anything. Queen d1 was played. Queen g3?
No.
Is that going to be... Oh no, they exchanged the queen. Surprising.
Oh, but now this should be over because bishop to b3. Bishop b3 ends the battle.
Yep, this should be completely over, yeah.
Oh no, what is this?
Just take all the pawns.
Okay, he's gonna trade
okay,
bishops.
well, they still got a good grip of the dark squares in the center. Okay,
oh!
This bishop on d7 is very, very
and that's
sad.
it, king, and here we go.
Okay, yeah,
Marching
exchanging
kings.
to an ending, and it becomes automatic at this point.
Yeah, no, this is, again, just, why king there? I don't get king here.
I guess they didn't want to face f4 check, but either move is fine.
And
we play g3, are we?
With 47 seconds
ready
left
for f4.
47 seconds left on the clock. This should be enough.
Play bishop b3 or bishop h5. Get out of that e6 pawn somehow.
I would play. That's beautiful. I like that.
b4,
I like b4.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And preparing bishop f3. I wouldn't even take that
f4 is played. Bishop g4.
Or bishop f3.
Yeah, bishop f3.
Bishop f3. Bishop b7. And you're picking up the 2 pawns on the queen
side.
side.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, fix the pawns and light squares, and then take them. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's how you play with a bishop.
Beautifully done here by White in the end.
Yeah, nice technique.
But we will say, there was a bishop h2 miss several times.
There was, yeah, several times. Although it might not have been winning.
No, but it would have
Was-
made the time pressure a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, you get a queen for a bishop and a rook there, so you're still down material, but it gets a little bit back for it. No longer down a piece, now you're down 2 pieces and a rook for a queen.
I'm surprised he played bishop c6. I would have played bishop e8.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of winning moves here.
Yeah, no. Okay, so this one's pretty done and dusted, and that will go to the Germans. Shall we go back to board 2 and see the
Board two?
dilemma? Yeah, board 2 to see the dilemma.
Still
there.
on their first game.
Wow. A knight pawn versus bishop pawn ending. I did not see this coming.
Hold on, I accidentally closed the... Oops.
But this should be drawn. This should be drawn.
I'm trying to bring the match back.
Oh, no. No.
I closed it.
White's
okay, I
lost
got
this.
it back.
White's lost this. White's
Hold on, I'm
lost
opening
this.
up board 2.
How did White lose this?
Come on, open up board 2.
White is absolutely
Do I
lost.
need to refresh the page?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's drawn. Sure.
What's
That's
happened?
That's King G7. No, it's drawn. Sure. I thought for a minute they White blew that. Sorry.
Well, at what point had White lost?
Listen, I'm seeing
I don't
ghosts.
know.
Just deal with me, all right?
All right. Okay.
I thought he was going to push
Okay.
the. I thought he was going to push the pawn. I didn't think he was going to push the king. Let me just
Okay.
elaborate on that. Right, we got 3.5, 1.5. So your 7.5, 2.5 is looking good here. It's looking
Yeah,
good.
it is.
It is looking. My 8-2 is not looking so good. Right. So.
Oh, what? Have we got another gambit here?
Queen's
Oh, no, we
gambit.
don't know. No, it's not a gambit. It's just a, what do we call it?
Exchange of pawns.
Panovotvinnik. Is Queen B3 there an idea? Probably not, because this is a known theoretical position.
All right. Shall we go to the bottom board and work our way up before?
Bottom board? Okay.
Wait,
Yep.
wait, hold on.
See what's going on?
Just want to check that I've got all the games. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why isn't this game started yet?
White seems to be taking over in this position. White's got a lot of space here. And there's Rook B7 coming up very soon. All of White's pieces are defending each other, all very harmonious. And Rook B7 is coming. I don't know why Rook D1 was played. Sure, it attacks the queen, but D7 is not an entry point. The knight guards it. You should have played Rook B7 and then Rook C7. Also, there was an idea on the previous move of playing knight E5 and then bishop takes bishop. Have you opened up the board?
Yeah, I'm there.
Is
I'm
it
there.
working?
I'm there. I'm just
Okay.
Queen D6 E6 was just played. So I'm just.
Yeah, I
looking.
don't like Queen E6 because I think you capture it, that's a weak pawn. This might be an opportunity for White to be able to win a pawn in the long run.
Yes, it's hot.
I don't really like Bishop C4. It looks aggressive, but you're opening yourself up to a pin on your knight. It was played, okay. But now you got this pin to deal with. So what happens about that? Still, where does the queen go? Queen E5 looks like the queen shouldn't be there. Queen E4.
Yeah, Queen E5. Queen E5 is definitely not where the queen wants to be, huh?
No, that's definitely not where the queen wants to be. No.
Not like Queen C8, but again,
Mm.
White's pieces are very active.
Very, very active. Yeah, very harmonious.
There's
All
a
the pieces defending each other. But
There's
how do
a-
we make progress from here? The bishop came back. Yeah, I was thinking I didn't like the bishop there because of this pin.
yeah.
And White agreed with me. They just put the piece back where it was. But I also liked Rook B7 there, just to attack the bishop. And getting in on F7. I think that was a miss on the previous turn. Oh, there's got to be something here.
Rook takes bishop. No.
No, but then queen takes bishop. Oh, you got to think there's something there, but I don't see. Still, why on earth would the queen willingly go to a6? Just do anything else.
Oh, he's played it. Rook takes bishop.
Leave this discovered attack available, and at some point in the future, it will be a threat. But here, I don't think it does anything. You should have just left it there.
Rook b8
Oh, I
here.
didn't actually see the rook is not hanging on d1. I didn't notice that.
Rook b1. Rook b8 here.
Rook b8, queen a4.
Queen a4. Bishop takes a3.
Bishop
Oh,
takes a3, rook e1.
Hold on. How about I just take bishop takes a3 right now?
Mm-hmm. How about knight g5 here? What do you do about f7?
Cry. That's
That rook came off of f7, and I don't see a way of defending it now.
That's
Is queen h5 forced?
Oh.
Oh, snagging a pawn.
How brave are you? How brave are you? Do you play queen takes rook, rook takes bishop? What?
Oh, did they not see the queen was hanging?
I did not see the queen was hanging.
Oh, is white going to pick up a win here? This would be one each. This would be a huge win if white manages to get this. This is a queen against bishop, and this time it's not such a complicated position as we did have in the last match.
Queen b7 here is the move I'd play.
Yeah, white might be able to win this one. Queen b2 was played. This situation on the e-file is not good for black. Black needs to do something about that.
Rook e1
Rook
now.
e1. All right, rook e1. Yeah, okay. Bishop f8. And I don't know. King f8. Oh, this looks so difficult to deal with. What do we do here?
I still want to play.
Something like
I want to play queen b7.
queen b7. Yeah,
I plays queen
yeah.
b7.
Yeah, with the idea of rook takes bishop.
Yep.
Devastating. And also, this knight can do something as well. Knight g5,
Oh,
knight e5.
that's it. Black's resigned. Black's had
It's
enough.
just too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right, well played.
And Xing Ting
Well played.
picks up 2.5 points. The Veelvogel is looking for their victories. Let's go to board 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to board.
Board 4.
Which
Let's
is
have a look.
Ricky Lagaloo versus Ipa Mandels. Okay, what do we have here? Black looks like he's in a serious amount of trouble.
Okay, let's just open this one up. Complicated position. You can't like black's pawn structure here. That's awful.
Knight F5.
Knight f5, yeah. Just wins a bishop, right?
Mate.
Mate?
There's mates there.
Where's their mate? You're just winning a bishop.
Okay. Rook takes bishop.
Oh, I see where the mate is. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I told you there was a mate.
Yeah. I didn't even consider king g6. It just looks so outlandish.
You were looking at queen g6, yeah?
Yeah, and then you pick up the bishop.
In knight g3, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's game over.
That's game over.
All right. Well played.
The Germans pick up the points. It's 4.5, 2.5. It looks like your 7.5, 2.5 is definitely on the cards here. But
yeah, very possible.
It's not as one-sided as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'm looking back on board 1 again.
Oh, I was going up the list. I'm going to board 3.
Okay, board 3. Yep.
I don't think we got there
I'm
last
on board
time.
3.
What is board 3?
Black's got a lot of space here. A lot of space. And only a pair of pawns have been exchanged.
I don't know. Where is board 3? Hold on. I'm looking for board 3.
White seems very, very cramped.
Right, I'm on board 3.
Yep. And you got to look at ideas like knight e8, f5, f4. Or maybe just g5, g4 in this position to follow it up with h5, h4.
What about h5, h4 anyway?
If you go h5, I take it.
Can you take it?
I'm going to
That's
say
the
yes.
question.
You're going to offer me a pawn, I'm going to take a pawn. Whether I can or not. So what is this knight on b1 doing? The knight came to g5 instead, g4 instead. It makes sense. You want to play f5, f4.
F2 is weaker.
F2 is vulnerable, yeah. But with no immediate way of accessing it, though. So what if we play in this position f3? What do you do about it? You put your knight on g4, you've got to be prepared to face f3.
So I'm looking at moves like bishop takes h2, knight takes e3, and it's just looking juicy. It doesn't mean there's anything there. It just looks pretty.
It looks to me like that doesn't do anything. It's an idea, but I think you're just losing a piece.
No, I get 2 pawns. Hold on. Don't disregard my 2 pawns.
Okay, you can have your 2 pawns, yeah.
Don't disregard my 2 pawns, nah? I got 2 pawns.
I think f3 there was a missed opportunity.
What about... Why would you play that? Oh,
You're just allowing black to do what they want to do now.
See, now f3 I just played my knight to f6.
Hmm. But now also, after you've played a3, the b3 pawn is a bit more vulnerable. If black can somehow arrange some attack on that pawn on b3 and force it to move to b4, then all of a sudden the c4 square is a whole. And the a4 square.
Well, I mean, the problem is even a3 is weak, because if I put my queen on e7, your knight or your bishop can move.
Yeah. And the queen on e7 is going to go to h4.
Which is where I really want to be.
Yeah, multi-purpose move. f5 is good, though.
It's where I really want to be.
I like f5.
Okay.
I was even thinking there about the move bishop takes knight. Just since at this opportunity you have to take with a pawn.
Yeah. And
maybe wrecking that structure a bit will be beneficial, or maybe it will destroy my position.
Does f4 now hurt you?
f4 certainly looks like a good move.
F4 feels to me like...
Yeah.
You know,
f4 looks very nice.
I'm digging the dagger into your back.
Yeah. Now we go bishop takes knight.
See, I'm not too concerned about bishop takes knight.
No, maybe that's not the idea. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes, e takes f4, bishop takes knight e3. And I'd claim that I'm solid to some
bishop
extent.
Takes knight, pawn takes pawn. Okay, but you got
knight
bishop
takes pawn? Yep, I got knight takes.
Okay, but here I'm going to play
Or
bishop.
I've got bishop e6, yeah.
Here I'm going to play pawn takes pawn now.
Yeah. And you seem to be crashing through an f2.
At high speed.
Black's picking up a nice advantage out of this. Looks very, very dangerous for white. White's kingside is being torn to shreds, and black has enough space so that all their pieces can very easily move over to the kingside. And white pieces are really stuck where they are.
Trying to think what he's going to take with. Is he going to take with the pawn or the knight here?
Well, if you take with a knight, you just lose the f2 pawn, don't you?
Okay, if I play knight f2 now.
Knight f2. It looks very nice, but the question is, does the knight do anything there?
Yeah,
I think it does.
It does enough in the sense
Because
of,
you got this idea of bishop takes h3 coming
yes,
up.
that's 100%.
Knight f2, I think, looks very very aggressive.
Knight f2. The idea of takes, queen takes, and I've got mate on h1.
But still, none of those threats have gone away.
Yeah,
They're all
but
still
okay.
there.
So
And
let me ask you this question: do you like a knight on h6 or do you like a knight on f2?
I like it on f2, of course, but
Right.
I'm saying that this doesn't lose all the advantage for anything.
Here you must play knight takes rook. Here you play
knight
takes
takes
rook.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah. The knight wasn't doing anything on b6, and now it's not doing anything on c8.
You see, my problem with knights on h6, it's not supporting the pawn on h3, and
Yeah.
once your queen gets to h3, how are you going to finish it off? Because the bishop can move and the queen can swing across. And yes, okay, it's losing. We know that, but the knight was covering the h2 and h1 squares.
The knight was an extra attacker.
Yeah.
It was an attacking piece.
And now we
Okay, now white is managing to bring their pieces over to defend laterally. This bishop doesn't look too impressive on d1, but at least it's getting out of the way. So now how do we make progress with black? How about knight f5? This was the whole idea of putting the knight on h6 in the first place. Knight f5, and we're going to play knight g3. It's a slower approach. Okay, yeah, again, the queen in the dark squares. And the important factor is that white cannot put the queen on f2. And if you can't put the queen on f2, you can't really get around to defending the king side. All you can do is defend laterally. What's white even doing here? Because this knight and bishop on the queen side can't move.
I wouldn't have played.
All the major pieces
Do you know what
doing is defending.
Do you know what move I would have played in this position? As crazy as it sounds, for white, g4.
Yeah, you are all about crazy moves.
But how good is g4?
Well, it stops the knight from coming in on f5. It does that.
But it also
And
allows
if
you to
the-
play queen g2.
It does allow queen g2 as well, yeah. It looks very weakening, and it might be bad in the long run, but immediately it solves a lot of problems. I just think if you play that, you might regret it later. Even if there's nothing immediate for it.
I'm all about regretting.
Still though,
Attention, we are being
even if
followed.
black isn't finding any breakthroughs here, putting a lot of time pressure on white. That's down to 1.5 minutes now, but pretty soon that's going to be significant.
Definitely. Thank you, Double Jared, for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying
Yay! Thanks for the follow.
the entertaining, argumentative, whatever you call it. Disagree. Oh, there's a draw. There was a draw on
a
board
draw?
2. It is
Okay, yeah, draw on board 2.
5-3.
All right. Does that make 7.5 impossible now?
Yes.
Yes, it does. But also
makes
your
it seem-
8 is impossible, and I think I'm gonna be closer.
Definitely with 7-3. 100%.
Yay! That counts as a win.
But it could also be.
Oh, black has snagged
5-5.
a pawn. Okay,
It could also be 5-5.
Yeah. could be. Yeah. We could just both be wrong if the match ends in a draw. I don't think either of us get that. Black snagged a pawn though. How did that pawn go? But now black can start developing some pieces, surely. Can we play knight c3? And then what? We can't play knight e2. This is the problem. None of the white pieces can go anywhere. None of them can do anything. Queen f2 with the idea of playing knight g3.
What about?
So now what does black do?
Like
Puts
bishop.
the bishop back. Okay. Yeah.
bishop
Stopping
d6.
knight g3. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Knight c3 comes with a threat. Comes with a threat of knight takes d5, deflecting the queen.
I still can't play. Knight to g4.
Can't play. What do you want to put where?
I'm going to put the black knight on g4.
On g4.
Oh.
Ah.
I want
Yeah,
to.
I didn't see that idea.
Knight c3, e2, g3.
Oh, yeah, that's an idea to at least get the pieces doing something.
You see, I don't like this knight g4 bishop takes. I didn't like this. I really didn't like
Yeah,
this.
white's managing to exchange some pieces here. But still, the white knights are not doing anything at all. That knight on f1, it's blocked in by all its own pieces. And the only two squares it can go to, g3 and h2.
100%.
Again, it doesn't do anything, and it's a target.
I must admit, I did like the idea of knight c3, knight e2, knight g3. At least you bring your knights to cover the squares. I mean, that's good thinking. Well spotted there, Double Jared.
Absolutely. I quite liked knight going to e2 and then to f4. So it looks a bit more aggressive on f4.
Okay, f4, yeah. But once the knight is on e2, you've got options. That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've got to move the bishop somewhere. So bishop h3 is an idea. Bishop d1 is maybe not so good. Bishop e6 makes a lot of sense. Now, what do we do? How about b4, knight b3, knight c5? Trying to get that knight to do something.
Trying to figure out what black's knight going to do.
Yeah, black's knight is the only piece here that's we haven't talked about. That needs to do something as well. Black wants to try and win this.
Oh, that's just sneaky.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It doesn't work, but it's
trying
sneaky.
to win without the knight, yeah. Queen d1's very, very annoying to have to face, though, because you can't go queen e2 or queen e1. So you can't evict that queen.
Oh, you know...
And in fact, are you straight up winning the bishop there? Bishop b2 and maybe queen c2.
But then... Oh, the knight's got nowhere to go. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Queen d1, queen c2 picks up the bishop.
Yeah.
And there's no...
In fact, I think knight h to f1 was a blunder. You should have put the other knight on f1.
Yes. Hold on. Don't you lose a piece yet? Now you lose a piece. Bishop takes knight, queen.
Yeah, bishop takes knight, and queen d1 check. Or how about just queen d1 check immediately? It doesn't work because of queen f1. So you got to play bishop takes knight here. I think they'll see it. They should play this. Bishop takes knight, queen takes, queen d1 check, knight f1, queen takes bishop, queen b8 check, king f7, queen takes b7. Well, how about queen b8 check? There's even queen c8. And black is completely winning.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, they play it. It's the time pressure. That's what it is. It's putting you in such a cramped position so that every move you have to do a lot of searching to find it, and that eats up your time.
Yep.
And then when you got 10 seconds left, that's when you make a blunder and lose a piece.
And there we go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even...
Now they're going to play queen b8 check, queen c8, and it's all over.
White's pieces never got into proper position. Absolutely. I would play
exactly. Yeah, that's why it was lost.
I'll play king f1, yeah, because the knight is lost. I'm going to be two pieces versus a queen. I wouldn't trade queens yet.
Yeah.
Definitely king f7.
No, queen c8. I defend my b pawn.
Nah, I have the b pawn. I'm taking it. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, win the ending.
I was going to win
Trade
the ending
down,
anyway.
win the ending.
I would have had two pieces to your nothing.
But at least in this line, we don't have queens on the board.
Oh,
so there's going to be no funny business.
Yeah, Double J, completely agree. White's pieces never got into the game, and this is
Yeah.
and it all boils down to development in the opening, because they didn't develop properly in the opening.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
middle game was a problem, and now late, and again, we say time trouble got the better of them.
It's about having that space advantage.
It's that same old story. You cannot in chess find the perfect move after perfect move after perfect move when you are defending. At some point, you're going to miss a step in the defending. Look,
it's a lot easier to play as the attacker than as the defender.
100%.
It's a lot easier to play when you got a space advantage when you've not.
And the classic example is, look at games of Carlsen, look at games of Ding, look at games of Nepo. When they are under pressure, they make mistakes. It's just the way it is.
That's the way that Carlsen wins as well. He doesn't necessarily have good positions, but he keeps on going and gets the extra space, cramps his opponent, and eventually they go wrong somewhere.
And puts them under pressure. He doesn't. Very seldomly do you see Carlsen release the pressure.
Yeah.
Us mere mortals, we release the pressure, which is something we all have to work
speak
on.
for yourself.
You're telling me you've never released the pressure?
No. Pressure's still on to this day.
All right, so Black's completely won this. This gives Vierhofer a 6-3 advantage, which puts them winning the match. But does the woman GM make it 6-4, and then we just completely won't even in the same ballpark? And let's go have a look over there at.
Let's see.
The woman GM.
We have a question. So, what is this event? Do you want to say a word about the event?
Sure. This is World Chess League.live. It's over 104 teams played across the world. It's a free entry for the teams. You can get in touch with. I know Peter's in the background. You can put all the links in the chat. I know he's in the background.
Peter can say a lot more about it as well.
Yeah. You put your links into. Get hold of. You can drop your email there as well, Peter. Get hold of Peter. He's the head of World Chess League. He's run this event for hell's bells, 5 years. Something like that.
A long time.
It's been very, very, very long. I mean, if I told you the history of this event, you would not believe it. We used to play.
This must have started around 2019 or 2020.
It started in COVID. I mean, the event itself, like off the on the board event, was because it was there, and then COVID hit, and then it moved on to online. And I remember during COVID, we played 3-4 matches a week. So, get in touch with Peter. Chess Heroes obviously plays in the event as well. We're not taking it very seriously. It's for our subscribers and our followers.
I am taking this very seriously.
Our subscribers and followers to play matches, get used to playing competitively. So the idea is to grow that to the point where we've got a nice base of players and we can split it next season type of thing. And Black
and the match is over.
And
well played.
That makes it. Are you telling me that board 3 is still going?
Oh, board 3 is still going?
Board 3 is still going.
So it is.
Board 3... Okay, but board 3 is.
We just dismissed that game as Black's up a piece and a completely winning ending.
Well,
and it's still going.
Well, Black's got now a queen, a knight, a king. You know, he's having a party on his side of the board, man. He doesn't have to worry.
No queen.
So, what?
A knight, a pawn, a pawn, a pawn, a pawn, and a pawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch the space. We are going to see a stalemate.
All right. Is that your prediction? 6.5, 3.5?
No. Come on.
My prediction. My prediction is 7-3.
No, it should be 7-3.
I was half a point off.
Only half a point. Not bad.
Assuming this game